Exclusive game day coverage begins with the leadoff show. Now, let's go out to the ballpark.
The postseason is upon us. Auburn, the number 6 seed in the SEC tournament. The Tigers get Texas A&M. The winner plays LSU in the quarterfinals tomorrow night. Good morning and War Eagle from the Hoover Met with Brad Law. I'm Andy Bertram. Auburn closed the regular season with a 13-8 win at Ole Miss. Ike Irish closed the series with his third home run, sparking a comeback victory. Ryan Hetzler pitched Auburn to an Auburn-high 4 innings to notch the victory. The Tigers completed the largest turnaround in the SEC in the last 10 years. Texas A&M eliminated Mississippi State yesterday 9-0. The Aggies closed the regular season losing 5 of the last 6 games. Ryan Prager went 5 1/3 innings to notch the win with 6 strikeouts. Jace Laviolette hit his 18th home run, a grand slam in a 6-run second inning. At 29-25, the Aggies have work to do to get into an NCAA regional. Auburn goes with sophomore right-hander Cam Tilley today. The Newburgh, Indiana native, 3-2 with a 4.71 earned run average. The Aggies counter with Justin Lampkin. The junior lefty is 4-7 with an ERA of 3.52. When we return, the Butch Thompson pregame report. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Enjoy baseball and softball season on the Plains with live sports radio presented by Alpha Insurance. Auburn Sports Network broadcasts are available with no delay at both Plainsman Park and Jane B. Moore Field. Every grand slam, stolen base, and strikeout, yours with no delay. Look for the live sports radio kiosks around the ballpark. Live sports radio lets you take the broadcast with you at every football game, plus home men's and women's basketball games, baseball and softball. Live sports radio presented by Alpha Insurance.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories, like cookouts, cornhole with friends, ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad, the one with the feta, oh, sorry, or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Game day coverage of Auburn baseball continues now with our exclusive pregame conversation with head coach Butch Thompson.
A postseason officially begins, albeit one day late here today against the good Texas A&M ball club.
It does look like we've got a beautiful day in Hoover for all sessions, but we're kicking it off first here against Texas A&M. So excited. It gives us a full week now, I guess, since we played our last series in Oxford. And I think our guys are ready to get back out on the baseball field.
Talk about how you just handle, and this happens every year in Hoover, just handle a day's delay, knowing that at some point on Tuesday you knew you wouldn't be playing until Thursday morning.
Yeah, I think it's been a theme this year. I think every team in the SEC, everybody in this part of the region of the country has been used to this spring with adjustments and doubleheaders and game times moved around. So I think, unfortunately, it's been normal operating procedure for every team this season.
a day delay. How does that help, if at all? How does that help your starter today in Cam Tilley?
Yeah, I think it gives them just that extra day. I think it did the same thing for our opponent and all the other teams as well, because this was a tough 10 weeks for everybody to navigate, to get through. And every time you can buy another 24 hours, you could see benefit for everybody. So I think it's a wash from that standpoint, because I think both sides and all teams benefit.
Look at this Texas A&M ball club. It's a team that Auburn did not face this year, a team that you would face year in and year out. Give me your thoughts on the Aggies.
Yeah, I think it's undeniable. This was the preseason number one team in the country. They've actually played their way back into something. You're playing a team that their hair's on fire and they're playing for their season. I think we should be doing the same thing. That's a rehearsal. I'll tell our team a few things here, regardless of who you play, of attack is how we have to play now. And it's not trying to do more now that you're in the postseason. It's just doing everything that we practice to do. It's how we play. We've got to run hard as we possibly can. The things we built the team on. We got to be able to throw strikes in the strike zone, quality strikes, and have that strike percentage to mirror where it's a process to where we can hopefully get the result we want. We're going to have to control the strike zone. We're seeing the best ERA, the top pitcher for A&M, at least recently. He was the SEC pitcher of the week last week, and Lampkin, a left-hander. We're going to have to be really good with the strike zone, attack the strike zone, and lay off pitches that when he's high and arm side with that good stuff that he has. So that's what we have to be in the middle of it. If we want to make a difference, the last thing I'll tell the team is we're 31-6, either home or neutral site for this entire season. And if we can come out and get off to a good start and stay focused in the moment, win today, and play great baseball here, there's a chance that we could be home or neutral for the remainder of this season. That's something to go for. That's something to have great urgency with. And that'll be a little motivation that I'll put them into. But they have to attack. They got a chance to leave a legacy. We got a lot of good players that are really interested in leaving a legacy. How they leave this program, playing well at this SEC tournament, is an open door legacy for these guys. And then just keep with the vision, just keep believing that we can absolutely find a way and see an opportunity this week and next week. And of course, you got to earn it past that, but see every opportunity when you can go try to win a championship.
And about 3 weeks ago that you moved Cam Tilley to the starting rotation. He's been really steady for you each and every week for you. What have you seen from Cam as a starter, and translate in that what you want to see out of him today?
Yeah, I think we've voiced it to where I think the stuff's becoming undeniable. I think his last outing in Oxford, the stuff, I think within our ranks, within the opposing team, within hitters faced, I think all the feedback's coming back. Well, that stuff is really good. We're seeing that week over week. Over the last month, we're seeing that continue to play up. My hope, and I think it happened last weekend, to where the gaps of being off time in his delivery are shortening. And I'm hoping this is one of those weekends where we can keep seeing the gaps shorten and that stuff continue to grow and be able to show up. It's been a risk-reward deal, but this is a guy that absolutely has the stuff. And hopefully building that confidence to look like a potential true number one.
And for all of these players, and for many of these players, this is their first SEC tournament, but they have at least played in this ballpark. You were here just a couple weeks ago at Sam.
Yeah, recently. So we've outfielders have played in the outfield. Hitters have hit with the batter's eye. Pitchers that threw in the game and thrown off the mound, but we've all been in that ballpark and all competed in a ball game. I hope that's a better advantage, because everything you're doing in preparation for a game is on a backfield or at a high school locally. There's not even an opportunity to take infield, outfield. So absolutely, we can use that. I do feel like we've already played a game here, and this is a game 2 scenario for us.
All the best today. War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Children's of Alabama is excited to partner with Auburn Baseball, because at Auburn, it's about making a difference on and off the field. The team is thrilled to introduce Hits and Sits, where all proceeds will benefit Children's of Alabama. Step up to the plate and sponsor a home game. You can sign up by visiting bc5foundation.org. Choose a game and a strikeout or a hit. It will be echoed beyond Plainsman Park into the lives of families at Children's of Alabama. Sign up today at bc5foundation.org. War Eagle.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories, like roasting marshmallows on a cool fall night. That's it. Turn it nice and slow. Get it toasted all. Oh, no, it's on fire. Oh, you want it on fire. Okay, that's a choice, I guess. Crunchy. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
The starting lineups are presented by Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Back at the Hoover Med as we get ready for Auburn and Texas A&M. We will start with the Aggies. They beat Mississippi State yesterday to get to 29-25 on the season for their head coach Michael Early in his first season at the helm. Their lineup looks like this. Shortstop Caden Kent, the leadoff hitter. Jace Laviolette, who hit a grand slam yesterday against State. He's in center field batting second. Batting and playing third, it's Wyatt Hensler. Gavin Cash, the first baseman, is the cleanup hitter. Batting fifth and catching, it's Bear Harrison. Hayden Schott is the DH. He'll hit sixth. Second baseman, Ben Royo, bats seventh. The right fielder is Terrence Keel. He will bat eighth. And hitting ninth and playing left field, it's Sawyer Farr. Again for the Aggies, Kent, Laviolette, Hensler, Cash, Harrison, Schott, Royo, Keel, and Farr. Now for the Auburn Tigers, Butch Thompson's club, 38 wins in the regular season, 38-17 the record coming in. Chris Rembert playing second base at the top of the order, and then it's third baseman Eric Guevara hitting second, and Ike Irish in right field today hitting third. The cleanup hitter is the first baseman Cooper McMurray. Lucas Steele is the DH, he bats fifth. Hitting sixth and starting at short, Eric Snow. Batting seventh in left field, Bub Terrell. Chase Freilich does the catching, he will hit eighth. And rounding out the order, starting in center field, Bristol Carter. Again for the Tigers, it's Rembert, Guevara, Irish, McMurray, Steele, Snow, Terrell, Freilich, and Carter. Getting closer to first pitch on a beautiful morning in Hoover. We're back to the Hoover Met for the Tigers and Aggies in the SEC tournament after one final pregame timeout. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
At Auburn University, we're not just learners, we're doers. In every corner of the state, Auburn men and women put knowledge to work, fueling the state's economy and building healthier, more prosperous communities. We partner with local leaders to solve local challenges and create access to opportunities that benefit all. To learn how Auburn's at work in your community, visit auburn.edu/acrossalabama. This message is sponsored by Auburn University, the Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
If your day sounds like,
we need the report ASAP.
You deserve Modelo. If you've persevered through, you deserve this rich golden lager with a crisp but refreshing taste. Or if you overcame,
2 more reps, 2 more.
You deserve this ice cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Port, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey guys, it's Auburn baseball season again, and if you want to hit your next big event out of the park, then get Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Auburn to help with all of your catering needs. From team parties to tailgating or any big event you may have, Baumhauer's always hits a home run by making sure all of your logistics are covered, and you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the big game. And if you need a place to host your party, come try Baumhauer's new covered patio. Give us a call to book your big event today. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, 2353 Bent Creek Road in Auburn. War Eagle.
Since Auburn Bank opened in 1907, we've been tested by world wars, pandemics, and plenty of troubled times. Through it all, we've not only survived, but thrived by staying true to our core values of sound money management and putting our customers first. And just as surely as more challenges will come, we'll meet them the way we always have, with your confidence and our experience. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, online at auburnbank.com.
Exclusive play-by-play coverage of Auburn baseball is brought to you by Alabama Power, proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers. Alabama Power, power for a better Alabama. And by Cook's Pest Control, keeping your home and business safe from pests and termites since 1928.
Cam Tilley is on the mound throwing his warm-up pitches. Let's set the defense behind him. Bub Terrell in left, Bristol Carter in center, Ike Irish in right field. Along the infield, first to third, Cooper McMurray, Chris Rembert, Eric Snow, Eric Guevara, Chase Freilich behind the plate. Before the numbers on Tilley, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Cam Tilley, sophomore, Newburgh, Indiana, 6'2", 207. Right-hander is 3-2 with a 4.71 earned run average in 16 appearances. This is his fifth start of the year. He is 1-1 with a 5.40 earned run average in 16 2/3 innings as a starter. Tilley to face Kent, Laviolette, and Hensler for Texas A&M, and we turn it over for the first time in the postseason to the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, to get you going on a sunny Thursday morning.
And the first pitch weather forecast brought to you by Blue Moon. When you choose Blue Moon, everything becomes brighter. Every sip of their Belgian-style wheat ale, crafted with Valencia orange peel and coriander. Check out your local store for Blue Moon. Made brighter, celebrate responsibly. 2025 Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 81 degrees at game time today. Wind out of the west, northwest at 4 miles an hour, and beautiful sunny skies overhead as Cam Tilley gets set to face Caden Kent in the SEC tournament. The first pitch is a fastball that misses inside for ball one. Kent is hitting .279 with 12 homers and 46 runs batted in. Jace Laviolette and Wyatt Hensler are the first three for A&M. And that 1-0 pitch is fouled back, a ball and a strike to Kent. A&M 29 and 25 on the season. The preseason number one in the country. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Upstairs for ball two. 2 balls and a strike from Cam Tilley.
Tilley, 5 innings at Ole Miss in the opener. 4 hits, 4 runs, a walk, 5 strikeouts.
Now the 2-1 sails to the backstop. 3 balls and a strike. Butch Thompson talks about the gaps for Cam Tilley. His stuff, they felt, was as good as it's ever been at Ole Miss last weekend. But there were just some gaps in there, and they need to narrow the gaps. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and it's a leadoff walk.
And an early test of those gaps. What got him last week at Ole Miss, and what's gotten him really the bumps in the road. Like, how do you respond to a walk? Is it with another walk or a hit batter, or can you get right in your sequence? So one slip-up wasn't always one slip-up. It too often has been back-to-back.
In 66 1/3 career innings, Tilley has struck out 79. So he certainly has the stuff. Be careful with this guy, Jace Laviolette, the center fielder. Left-handed hitter, and the pitch. Fastball low. The umpires, Brandon Cooper behind the plate. David Savage at first, Jabaro January at second, and Clint Fagan is down at third. Laviolette hit a grand slam here in the second inning against Mississippi State yesterday. That was a 6-run second inning, and Texas A&M was never headed after that. The pitch. Swing at the off-speed delivery. It's a strike. 1-1 the count to Laviolette. .259 the average. He is the 18 home runs on the season with 59 runs batted in. He is A&M's all-time home run leader. Kent at first, 4 stolen bases, 4 attempts. It's not a team that runs a ton. Stretch by Cam Tilley in the pitch. Ground ball foul on a hop to the front of the Auburn dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He was early on a slider. That was headed in toward him. And it was a fastball swing against a slider, and that gets Tilley in front. He is 1 behind Hunter Hines at Mississippi State for the active home run lead. In fact, 2 of the top 3 in the country are on this Texas A&M ball club.
1-2 pitch. Loops it left side. That'll get out of play. Crowd will continue to grow as this game goes on. Of course, this game was originally scheduled for last night at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
But a postponement on the first night of the tournament pushed everything back a game. And so Auburn, instead of playing last night, opens day 3 of the tournament today.
Given the way some of those games went yesterday, the nightcap started at 9:15 last night.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with the curveball. First strikeout for Tilley and the Tigers. The K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1.
You want to be real selective with fastballs to Laviolette, and that time you're right. He got him with a breaking ball. It ended up around ankle high,
Sure did.
and he was out on his front foot.
All right, here's Wyatt Hensler. The last time Auburn faced this guy, he was playing for Penn in the NCAA tournament at Auburn. 12 homers, 33 runs batted in, batting .317. Pitch to him. Foul on a fastball back to the screen.
And after he saw a whole bunch of breaking balls in the on-deck circle, a fastball in the inside corner. Well-placed start to the sequence from Tilley.
At 95 from Cam Tilley. A leadoff walk for Kent. He's at first with 1 out. Tilley off the stretch. 0-1 to Hensler. Missed outside. Ooh. Kent wandered off the bag down at first base, but Fralick chose not to try and throw behind him. 1 ball and 1 strike to Wyatt Hensler.
It bounced up there to him. I think he thought about it, but he didn't want to take that risk in the first inning.
1-1 the count to Ryan Hensler. Guevara at third. And there's a swing and a foul up and out of play. I was going to say he was kind of guarding the line down there at third base. 1 ball and 2 strikes now.
Good mix early here from Tilley. A nice response after the walk to Kent to not let that double down and to get Laviolette and to get ahead of Hensler.
And primarily he was missing with his fastball. He's in the last 2 at-bats, he's gone more to the off-speed stuff for the strikes. 1-2 the count. Stretch in the pitch. Chopper foul at the plate. I think that was the change at 86. May have been the cutter. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes to Wyatt Hensler.
A&M does not feel like it is in a regional at this moment. I think they feel like they need to get a little further in this tournament, maybe all the way to the weekend in order to secure a regional spot. So they're playing for plenty today, as is Auburn.
Kent gets his lead at first. The 1-2 to Hensler. Missed outside. 2-2.
It's an A&M lineup. There are only 2 guys hitting over 300. They hit 263 as a team during the regular season. But they have 4 guys with double-digit home runs, 5 guys with double-digit homers in the lineup.
2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Swing! And he got him with the off-speed pitch. A couple strikeouts for Cam Tilley here in the first K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1.
A lot more downward movement on the pitch that struck out Laviolette. That had a little more lateral movement, a wipeout slider to get rid of Hensler.
Auburn goes to the shift with the left-handed hitting Gavin Cash at the plate. 233 the average, 3 homers and 23 runs batted in. First baseman for the Aggies. Bats with 2 outs and a runner at first. Tilley off the stretch in the pitch. Fastball missed inside. Hensler among the everyday players, the leading hitter coming into today at 320. As Brad mentioned, they only have one other guy that could start that's batting over 300 in the lineup. Cash shows bunt with the shift. He takes the off-speed pitch in there for a strike, 1-1 the count. Guevara playing in the shortstop hole right now. Everybody else on the right side of the Auburn infield with 2 outs. And the left-handed hitting Gavin Cash at the plate. Stretch. Kent with the lead at first. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball away.
And if Tilley locates that fastball up and away like that to lefties, he's going to be tough because that makes the slider even more dangerous coming into the left-handed hitters.
1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Cash. Tilley comes set. Here's the pitch. Fouled back on a high fastball. Kent was on the move. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Right-handed hitting Bear Harrison, the catcher, on deck.
It's gone back-to-back fastballs here ahead in the count. Great job getting ahead. 1-2 to each of the 3 after the walk to Kent.
And the 2 fastballs of late have been a little bit up. Here's the another 1-2. Came down and in with a curveball. Got him swinging. And Tilley strikes out the side after the leadoff walk. A&M with a runner at first, but they strand him there as Auburn comes to the plate in the bottom of the first. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
We're always glad when we get an opportunity to talk with Auburn's Director of Athletics, John Cohen.
Our graduates were the 3rd highest wage earners among the 14 schools in the SEC 15 years after graduation. Our students at Auburn, and you know this, everyone connected to Auburn knows this, our students go out in the world and they are highly successful. And when they're highly successful, they want a premium level opportunity at our venues. And the demand is incredibly high. Just to give you an example, we have 114 different accounts. So those are families or groups of families who are saying, we are very interested in a suite in Jordan-Hare Stadium. There's a real demand there.
A new episode of the Talking Tigers podcast is released every Monday, wherever you listen to podcasts. Like and subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast, only from the Auburn Sports Network.
Cam Tilley walks the leadoff man and then strikes out the side. Auburn comes to bat for the first time in a scoreless game, and Tigers face Justin Lampkin, who had a career start his last time out. For the year, Lampkin, a 6'4", 210 junior left-hander out of Corpus Christi. He is just 4-7 on the season, but his earned run average just barely over 3.5. This is his 15th start. He has 79 1/3 innings, 71 hits, 31 earned runs, 16 walks, 93 punch-outs. Opposition hitting .237 against Justin Lampkin. Last time out, a complete game shutout against Georgia in Athens. He struck out 15. He walked 0. 120-plus pitches for Lampkin 6 days ago. Extraordinary. It was the first Texas A&M shutout complete game on the road since 2012. And he's back out there today, Lampkin. He'll deal with Rembert, Guevara, and Irish. Far and left, Laviolette in center, Keel in right. First to third, Cash, Royo, Kent, Hensler, Harrison behind the plate.
3-pitch guy, fastball, slider, change. Lefties are hitting 172 against it. So a ton of right-handed hitters for Auburn in the lineup, and Chris Rembert will lead it off. First pitch, Rembert takes a fastball high. The 15 strikeouts by Lampkin is the most by an A&M pitcher since 2021 against New Mexico. That game at Georgia a week ago, 1-0. Rembert takes a strike on the outside corner. It's the most ever by a Texas A&M pitcher in an SEC game. A ball and a strike now to Rembert. Batting .355, 10 homers, 40 runs batted in. The pitch, swing, and he pops it up, foul back here. I'll get into the stands about 3 rows behind home plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Rembert. Freshman All-SEC. Second team All-SEC second baseman. One ball and 2 strikes to the Auburn leadoff guy. Guevara and Irish to follow in the Auburn first. No score. Wind in the 1-2. High with the fastball. 94 on the fastball, 2-2.
The only reason that I can think objectively that Rembert didn't get first-team honors, started 3 games in right field, started a handful of games as the DH. So he didn't start every game at second base. That's all I can think of.
2-2. Swing and a miss, got him with a high fastball.
Fastball has lived in the 92 to 93. He hit 94 once, so 92 to 94 the range for the fastball. He elevated that one a little bit, too, just above the belt.
Auburn blue jerseys, white numerals and lettering on the front and the back, blue ball caps. with the orange AU across the front, white pinstripe trousers for the Tigers. A&M with the gray trousers and the maroon jerseys here today. Here's Guevara, 333 the average, first pitch, and there for a strike, 85.
Started him with a changeup. Finished Rembert with a fastball.
Pitch on the way. Off the end of the bat, right side of the infield. Second baseman calls everybody off. Royo drifts back on the outfield grass, makes the catch.
Lampkin would love to keep Auburn's hitters off balance. They struggled against Harrison, the lefty, for Ole Miss a week ago in that opener. Just couldn't quite get balanced at the plate. They were a little behind the fastball, a little in front of the changeup, just like Guevara was on that pitch.
And he did the same thing last night.
Yep.
In that late night win against Florida.
Yeah, Harrison at Ole Miss, you mean? Yeah.
There's Ike Irish pitch. Ike takes it a little bit high, maybe inside. Batted .354 in the regular season, 16 homers and 52 runs batted in. First, back-to-back, first-team All-SEC selection at Auburn since Gabe Gross. 1-0. Outside, 2-0 the count. Had numbers, he could have been the SEC Player of the Year.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely has a case. Especially considering what he did on the road in the league.
Unreal. 2-0 pitch. Ike swings, lines it down the first base line. Foul. Maybe a 1.5 foot foul down the right field line. 1-2 balls and a strike. He was out in front of a pitch at 83.
.433 with 12 homers in road SEC games.
12 of his 16 homers on the road in the SEC.
Yeah.
Those numbers do not compute.
Against the number one strength of schedule in the country.
Exactly. 2 balls and a strike to Ike. Modified shift by A&M. Shortstop still on the left side of second base. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Irish out in front. 2-2 the count. Tilley struck out the side in the first for the Tigers after a leadoff walk. Lampkin has retired the first 2 here in the bottom of the first. The lefty winds in the 2-2. Outside, count goes full to Ike Irish. 4:05 to center, 3:35 down the lines. In a big, big ballpark at the Hoover Met. 3-2 pitch. Irish up the middle and through for a base hit. Big turn for Ike. At one point, A&M didn't cover second base, but Ike is on with a 2-out single.
Man, every time Irish hits the ball, his head stays up. He's watching. He's watching the field. Head stayed down on the ball. He sent it right back through the middle against a defensive alignment that was not a shift, but they were playing him to pull.
Yeah.
So to the right of the second base bag, I mean, he didn't slow down until he was a third of the way to second base.
That's been the mantra for this Auburn team all year. And here is Cooper McMurray, a runner at first for Auburn. First pitch to Cooper. This is outside. 1 ball and no strikes to the Auburn first baseman. Batting .333 with 14 homers and 57 runs batted in.
Irish and McMurray back-to-back in this lineup. A couple of exemplary Auburn baseball representatives.
1-0. Swing and a miss.
Type of guys that whether you can get to the Hoover Met for the SEC tournament for as long as Auburn is here, or you get to a regional next weekend for as long as Auburn goes, these are the kind of guys you want to watch play as often as possible.
1 ball and 1 strike to McMurray. Swing and a miss. Way out in front on a pitch sweeping away from the Auburn left-handed hitter.
The off speed he's trying to get his timing down.
A ball and 2 strikes to the Auburn first baseman. Irish at first, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the first, no score between Auburn and Texas A&M. Stretch by Lampkin. Here's the pitch. Fastball upstairs. 2-2.
92 on the fastball.
Irish gets his lead at first. Lampkin, the lefty, comes set at the belt. And the pitch. McMurray goes the opposite way and fouls it out of play.
Good swing. A 2-strike fastball. Didn't get out on the front foot, stayed back, was late on the swing, but with 2 strikes, you take it.
Irish again with the lead. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count to McMurray. Stretch, here's the pitch. Miss low, count goes full. And Irish is off with the pitch with 2 down in the inning.
Well, the fans are out today.
And the fans.
With the fans.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It is a sunny, beautiful day here at the Hoover Met. Full count. Stretch. Pitch. Ball 4. He just missed outside.
Well, as good a strike zone recognition as you find on the team. Walk number 34 for McMurray this year.
And the 17th of the season for Lampkin.
Yeah.
With 94 strikeouts.
He does not walk many.
So first and second for Auburn with 2 outs here in the first, and this is Lucas Steele. Switch hitter will bat right-handed against the lefty, Justin Lampkin.
Get to at least 21 pitches out of the starter this first inning.
Stretch the pitch. Steele out in front of the change. 0-1 the count. Change up, maybe just a tick off the outside corner. Irish at second. McMurray at first. Lampkin stretches. Checks the runner. The pitch. Inside, a ball and a strike.
One of the questions you have to ask about Lampkin, and this is why it's important to get the pitches out of him. He threw 122 pitches last time.
Right.
And it's a day, he's coming back a day early from that.
A ball and a strike to Steele. Here comes the pitch. Jammed him and he pops it into center. Laviolette in a couple steps, looks up into the clear blue sky and makes the catch, and the inning comes to a close. No runs, a hit, no errors, 2 men left. We're through 1. No score between Auburn and Texas A&M. Auburn baseball continues at Lumos.
Don't stop planning for your future. Don't stop investing in your kids' education. Don't stop dreaming of that new home. And don't stop growing your business. Whatever you're passionate or dreaming about, don't stop. Because when you have a bank you can trust, you have the confidence to take on tomorrow. Speak with a Trustmark associate today for advice on achieving your goals. Trustmark. People you trust. Advice that works. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
You're listening to Auburn baseball in the SEC tournament. Now back to more of the Tigers and Aggies.
After a leadoff walk in the first, Cam Tilley struck out Laviolette, Hensel, and DeCash. 21 pitches for the Auburn sophomore right-hander. And he will get Harrison, Schott, and Royo here in the second inning. I think A&M believes it's got to at least get to Saturday.
Yep.
Which means a win here today and then a win tomorrow against LSU to have a shot at the NCAA tournament. A team that was picked number 1 in the country preseason, played for the national championship a year ago against Tennessee.
You know, they're missing a couple of key pieces. Gavin Grahovac, who was one of their returning standouts, was lost 7 games into the year. Haven't had him the rest of the season.
Here's Bear Harrison, the catcher, leads it off. First pitch, swing. High fly ball into shallow center. Bristol Carter in now. Ooh. Goes back a couple steps. Makes the catch.
Now, wind has picked up a little bit, and it's blowing across from left to right. So Bristol had to do a little slide dance with that at the last moment.
And he's giving that weather condition to Ike Irish in right.
Yeah.
1 down, 1 pitch. Here's Harrison or Hayden Schott. DH, batting .220, 4 homers, 34 runs batted in. First pitch, misses outside from Cam Tilley.
A&M's also been without Caden Sorrell, who had such a phenomenal freshman year. They haven't had him this season.
Pitch. Drops in. Curveball for a strike. 1-1 from Tilly to Schott.
Still a team that was good enough to win series over Tennessee, Arkansas, and LSU this year, which makes their season is so hard to explain or figure.
1-1. This is down and in, especially being swept at home by Missouri.
Yeah.
That's the one that's just completely baffling.
Right. Especially given the momentum that they had.
It's the only 3 wins Missouri had in the Southeastern Conference this season.
Yep.
2 balls and a strike to Schott. Tilly peers over the top of his glove, winds and fires. Schott swings and comes up empty on a 94-mile-an-hour heater.
Entering the day, Georgia, after its loss to Oklahoma last night, dropped 2 spots in the RPI. Auburn is number 1 nationally in RPI entering the day.
2-2. Strike 3 call on the outside corner.
Tell you what, Cam Tilly knew it too. He was off the mound by the time Brandon Cooper finished his ring up.
I'll tell you what, that looks like almost a curveball.
It sure
does. You know
does.
what? We get the review or the replay, and that was almost a split curveball coming out of his hand, or a split knuckleball coming out of his hand.
There wasn't a whole lot of rotation on that ball, was there?
Here's Ben Royo, 2 outs, swing and a miss and a fastball. If that's now part of the arsenal, that is brand new to us. I don't know if it slipped. And now the umpires gather just to the left of home plate.
Well, I have no idea what this could be about.
Did the home plate umpire get hit, perhaps, on the follow through by Royo? We get another look. Oh, that was a foul tip off the glove of Freilich, off of his mask, and flush off of the mask of Brandon Cooper. All right. 0-1 the count. Hope everyone's all right. 0-1 pitch. Right side. Second baseman Rembert calls everybody off about 15 feet on the outfield grass, and Cam Tilly sets down A&M in order in the top of the second. No score between the Tigers and the Aggies. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
For 70 years, Max Credit Union has been more than just a financial institution. We've been a part of your community, your milestones, your dreams. At Max, you're not just a customer. You're a member, a neighbor, a friend. So as we celebrate 70 years of trust, service, and financial growth, we want to say thank you. Thank you for choosing Max, and thank you for letting us be a part of your journey. Max Credit Union, 70 years strong and just getting started. Federally insured by NCUA.
Big eating in Auburn and Opelika means Big Mike Steakhouse. Famous for high-quality steaks cooked to perfection on an open-fire grill, served in a relaxed, rustic atmosphere. It's happy hour at Big Mike's every Wednesday and Thursday from 4 to 6, and half off select appetizers, draft beer, and well drinks. And don't forget, a Big Mike's gift card will always be the perfect gift for Big City Steak in your hometown. It's Big Mike's Steakhouse in Auburn at Shigjordan Parkway and Wire Road.
Snow, Terrell, and Freilich for Auburn. In the bottom of the second, Cam Tilly has struck out 4, setting down A&M in order in the top half of the inning. Auburn got runners at first and second with 2 outs in the first, but Lampkin was able to get the final out from Steele. And he will get the right-handed hitting Snow, the left-handed hitting Terrell, and the left-handed hitting Freilich in this inning.
First up, number 6, number 1, Eric Snow.
Texas A&M is 52 in the RPI. They probably have some work to do.
There's a strike to Eric Snow, batting .292, 6 homers, and 29 runs batted in. Lampkin, the 0-1 pitch. Snow lines it into center field for a base hit.
Boy.
Leadoff man on for the Tigers.
And Eric stays red hot. He picked up right where he left off last week in Oxford.
And that brings Bub Terrell to the plate for the Tigers. Freshman All-SEC selection. Hit .287 in the regular season with 5 homers and 33 runs batted in. Played left, right, and a little bit of first base in his freshman season. Snow at first, 4 stolen bases, 5 attempts as Lampkin comes set. Here's the pitch. Terrell swings and misses at the off-speed pitch. The slider from the lefty, Justin Lampkin. Teams are 39 of 45 stealing against this A&M ball club. Just 4 of 7 against Lampkin, the pitch. Terrell takes it just off the outside edge.
That was close.
1-1.
And you can see why Lampkin hasn't walked many. He is all around the strike zone.
Snow, pretty good lead at first. Stretch. And the pitch. 2-1. Missed again the outside corner. A&M as a team has 5 pickoffs. Last night's starter, Ryan Prager, has 4 of those 5. Lampkin does not have a pickoff this season. 2-1. Terrell tried to go the opposite way and fouled it back. 2-2.
Of note, some of the other RPIs in the league. SEC has top 5 RPIs. Auburn 1, Vandy 2, Georgia 3, Texas 4, Arkansas 5. Oregon State is 6, who Auburn beat earlier this year. LSU's at 8. Alabama dropped from 9 to 11 with its loss yesterday. Tennessee jumped from 16 to 12.
2-2 to Terrell, up and in, 3-2.
Ole Miss jumped from 19 to 17 now.
Ole Miss trying to get a host site for an NCAA regional. Took a good step in that direction last night, beating Florida. Throw to first. Snow is off. 3-2 pitch. Does Auburn send the talented shortstop for the Tigers? 3 balls and 2 strikes to Terrell. Stretched by Lampkin. Long set, the pitch. Terrell could be 2. Shortstop. Fields flips to second for 1. To first, it's a double play. 6-4-3.
Yep. Tailor-made double play ball down to Kent at short. Bub runs well. He was hustling, but that's just a tailor-made double play ball and not sending the runner there. They wanted to avoid, I can understand that you want to avoid a strikeout, throw out type of double play, lefty on the mound.
Lefty at the plate.
Yep.
Can understand why you didn't start him there. All right, here's Freilich at the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. First pitch to Chase. Fastball on the outside corner. Auburn catcher, part of that trio of Tigers on freshman All-SEC squad with Rembert and Bub Terrell. 0-1 pitch. That missed outside. Ball and a strike.
Just kind of kept that theme of consistency going. We talked about the freshman class and how they all made it to school. And then you get these 3 guys who play regularly, and they all make it to the all-freshman team.
Ground ball to the third baseman. Playing up. Throws to first, and the inning is retired. A second inning brought to you by Southern Union with a new path to the Plains that runs through Southern Union State Community College. Go seamlessly to Auburn to complete a bachelor's degree in selected programs by taking courses at Southern Union and Auburn concurrently, all at Southern Union's tuition rates. Let Southern Union put you on a path to the Plains. No runs, a hit, no errors, no one left for Auburn. We're through 2. No score between the Tigers and the Aggies. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Hey guys, it's Auburn baseball season again, and if you want to hit your next big event out of the park, then get Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Auburn to help with all of your catering needs. From team parties to tailgating or any big event you may have, Baumhauer's always hits a home run by making sure all of your logistics are covered, and you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the big game. And if you need a place to host your party, come try Baumhauer's new covered patio. Give us a call to book your big event today. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, 2353 Bent Creek Road in Auburn. War Eagle.
Back to the Hoover Met for more Auburn baseball in the SEC tournament.
8-9-1 hitters for Texas A&M in the third. Cam Tilley with 4 strikeouts and a walk in his first 2 innings of work. 29 pitches for Cam, and he will get Keel, Farr, and Kent in the A&M third. Keel batting .295, couple homers and 26 runs batted in. Wind in the pitch to the right-hander. Fastball for a strike. Pitch. Up and in. Ball and a strike.
That was a slider or a curveball that never really broke.
1-1. Line drive down the left field line. That's down for a base hit. Terrell is over to get it. Keel will hold up at first. Their best base runner with a leadoff single, the first of the day for Texas A&M.
Yeah, Tilley didn't get the break on the curve. I think he came right back to it. Yep, that was the curve, and he hung it up there. Belt high, middle of the plate.
And here's Sawyer Farr batting .188.
See early how aggressive they want to be on the base paths against the right-handed starter and freshman behind the plate.
Stretch the pitch. He showed bunt, took it outside for ball 1. Keel with 12 stolen bases in 13 attempts, far and away the most on this ball club. And Farr batting just .188.
Yeah. Makes sense to try to put down a bunt here.
Guevara plays up at third. The pitch. He bunts it, third base side, but it goes foul. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. A leadoff single for Keel. He's at first. No score between Auburn and Texas A&M on day 3 of the SEC tournament. The winner gets LSU tomorrow afternoon, or late afternoon, early evening here. Stretch. Keel with a lead at first and a throw over, and he's back without a tag from McMurray.
Tougher to do, but would they consider trying to drag one up the first base line?
1-1. Inside, and it hit him. Guy was trying to bunt, and it hit him. And A&M has runners at first and second and nobody out.
Got him right below the knee. Now do they try to bunt Kent?
With Laviolette coming up next.
Yeah. Well, and Kent has a dozen homers and 46 RBIs in his own right. Of his very own.
First pitch. Took it outside and high. He walked on 5 pitches in the first. He looks to the A&M dugout for the sign. First and second, nobody out for the Aggies.
Another test of Tilley's ability to reset after the hit batter.
There's a strike on the slider. 1-1.
He retired 6 in a row after the walk to Kent in the first.
The ball and a strike, the pitch. Ground ball right side, foul. To the end of the Auburn dugout, 1-2. A leadoff single by Keel. Farr was up there trying to bunt him over, was hit by a pitch. There at first and second, nobody out. 1-2 pitch. Down and in. Blocked by Freilich. 2-2.
Keep force plays intact with that block. A lot of room behind the plate.
There's a ton of foul ground in this ballpark. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch on the way to Kent. Line drive into right. Back goes Irish. He's at the wall. He looks up and it's gone. It's a home run, the 13th of the year for Kent. And A&M jumps out to a 3-0 lead on a 2-2 pitch. A line drive to right.
The base hit by Keel came on a hanging curveball. Then the hit batter, a free base runner. And then on 2 strikes, that happened so often to Auburn last weekend at Ole Miss, where the Rebels took advantage with 2 strikes. Getting to 2 strikes wasn't the issue, but finishing the at-bat was. And now Kent takes advantage here with 2 strikes, and we'll see Cade Fisher and Carson Myers jog down to the Auburn bullpen.
This is the gap
that
we talk about with Cam Tilley. His stuff is absolutely electric. However,
it's been a little tough to reset after some trouble, and things have compounded.
Nobody out, nobody on, and here's Laviolette, struck out in the first. Here's the wind and the pitch. And there for a strike on the curveball. Auburn with the shift on with Laviolette at the plate. 0-1. High fly ball on the infield. Left side, Gabari is in almost on top of the third base bag. Had to come over from the shortstop position to make the catch. 1 out.
That ball stayed in fair territory. I didn't think there was any way it was going to stay fair when it was off the bat.
And here's Wyatt Hetzler. Transfer from Penn, a strikeout victim in the first.
You know, getting another look on replay at the home run ball, it was not a bad pitch. It was he had to go way down to get it, to hit it out of here.
Here's the wind and the pitch to Hensler. Missed a little bit low. 12 homers, 33 runs batted in. 5 in the lineup for A&M with double-digit home runs. 1-0. And there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. One out, nobody on for A&M, 3-0. The Aggies lead it. A single, a hit batter, and a 3-run homer by Caden Kent. 1-1 pitch. Hensler took it outside, 2 balls and a strike. On a sunshine or sun-splashed afternoon here. I guess it's still late morning here in Hoover. 2-1. Swing and a miss. A lot of folks congregating in the shade right now down the right side. The others hopefully have applied some sunscreen today.
What a crowd, especially on that right side. I mean, they're just about full.
2-2 to Hensler. Here it is. Got him swinging with the slider. 5th strikeout for Tilley. K-counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1.
Well, it's like that home run was a hard reset because he really pitched Laviolette well, got him off balance, got the pop-up, and then masterful strikeout of Hensler for a second time. Laviolette and Hensler have 30 combined home runs. He's looked just as sharp as he did in the first and second innings.
Here's Gavin Cash with 2 outs and nobody on. Wind in the pitch. Upstairs with the curve. 1 ball and no strikes. 5 strikeouts on the day for Tilley. A&M with that 3-run homer from Kent on top of Auburn, 3-0. We're in the top of the third. The pitch, Kent swings and misses at a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tilley gets the sign. Now the wind and the pitch. Upstairs. Left it up. 2 balls and a strike. Cash struck out swinging in to end the first inning. 1-1. Chopper foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Wonder if that was the splitter again at 85. See a splitter, a slider, curveball. All to go with that mid-90s fastball.
2-2 the count to Cash. Tilley the wind and the pitch. Missed upstairs. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
It's 94 with a fastball, so he comes back with the breaking ball.
3-2 pitch. Swing on a line drive right side. That's foul. Onto the grassy berm.
He did go back to a breaking ball there, and Cash was way out in front.
They're keeping folks off the grassy berm down the right side. Looks like they've got some new sod planted. 3-2 pitch. Line drive foul right side.
Same pitch. Same rocket off the bat, but early again.
2 outs and nobody on. 3 home for A&M here in the top of the third.
This is Cam's 55th pitch of the day.
Winds and fires. Got him with a high fastball away, and the inning's over. 6 strikeouts now for Tilley. K-Canner presented by Kia of Auburn. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and no one left for A&M in the top of the third. 3-0 Aggies lead it. Stay tuned. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Auburn baseball pitching coach Everett Tiefert.
We really had a great fall. I love what we did as far as trying to grow as a group, which I think was definitely a point of emphasis for us. You know, we did morning practice where, you know, coaches went and had breakfast with the guys. So we really spent a lot of time really bringing our guys together. We had them at our houses. You know, I had all the pitchers over to my house. Gabe had all the hitters over to his house. We're talented, but coming together as a team is what we need. And I think we did a good job of that. We do have a lot of talent, and I feel like I did a better job getting them prepared for the season than maybe I did last year.
A new episode of the Talking Tigers podcast is released every Monday, wherever you listen to podcasts. Like and subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast, only from the Auburn Sports Network.
We move to the bottom of the third. Texas A&M with a 3 spot in the top of the inning. Lead the Tigers 3-0. Third inning brought to you by the Vance Law Firm. Phone number is easy to remember. They say dial 3 for me. 334-333-3333. Playing War Eagle coming into the bottom of the third. And it will be the 9-1 and 2 hitters for Auburn. Carter, Rembert, and Guevara to face the lefty, Justin Lampkin. 34 pitches for Lampkin as he works to Auburn in the third and has a 3-0 lead. Yesterday, A&M used a 6-run second and pulled away for a 9-0 win against Mississippi State. Here's Bristol Carter to lead it off for Auburn. Lampkin, the wind and the pitch. Carter takes a fastball down the middle for a strike.
Yeah, Lampkin got off the hook with the double play ball from Terrell last inning. He had 23 pitches in the first, only needed 11 in the second, thanks in large part to that double play.
0-1. Carter, high and deep to left, but foul. Yeah, the key to Auburn's inning in the second after the leadoff single was the double play ball.
Yeah.
I think the key for A&M in the top of the third after a leadoff single was the hit batter.
Unquestionably.
0-2 the count to Bristol. Lampkin, the lefty, winds and fires. Carter goes after a high fastball and fouls it off the right side out of play.
Yeah, the hits are even at 2, but when they have come in the manner in which they came, that's the difference. This is a familiar spot for Auburn. This is how they had to operate Game 3, Ole Miss.
0-2. Strike 3 call. Right down the middle.
Caught him looking for something else. That was a fastball at 91. And it's worth noting now that velocity has dropped a couple of miles an hour. Unless he just took something off that one, 0-2, then he's down to 91 on his fastball.
Second strikeout for Lampkin. Out at the top of the order for Auburn and Rembert.
Second time through against him.
He was a strikeout in the first. Pitch on the way. Jumped on the first pitch and fouled back the off-speed pitch at 84.
That changeup as a first pitch has been effective for Lampkin.
3-0, Texas A&M leads Auburn. Tigers bat at the bottom of the third. 1 out and nobody on. 0-1 the count to Rembert. Winding the pitch. Missed the outside edge. Ball and a strike. One pitch. Swing and a miss. He was behind. He guessed wrong and still was behind a changeup. 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes to Rembert. Winding the pitch. Fly ball right side. Shallow right. Right fielder is there. Keel underneath it. Makes the catch. 2 outs.
He gets ahead, and anytime you get ahead, you're pitching with leverage. You know, Lampkin has had a couple of bad outings this year. That's really it. We mentioned his ERA still around 3.5 at the start of the ballgame. He gave up 7 runs in 5 innings to Kentucky, gave up 7 on 9 hits in 4 innings at Arkansas. But, 2 runs. He's given up 1, 2, 2, and 0 his last 4 outings.
Guevara swings and shoots one into the Auburn dugout on the right side. Lampkin got the 3 spot in the top of the first. He's not messing around here in the bottom. No. Top of the third. He's not messing around here. 2 outs, nobody on the 0-1. Guevara swings and drives it deep into left. Left fielder back at the track. He's there to make the catch. And the inning comes to a close. 3 up and 3 down for Auburn. We're through 3 and Hoover. Texas A&M 3, Auburn nothing. Stay tuned. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
The Peace Lily is so last year. Hey, has anyone worked with fiddlenecks?
Shelby's popular flower shop is in full bloom.
We just got a request for an arrangement that evokes air. Who's up for that challenge? No?
She needs to hire a floral designer to nip foliage faux pas in the bud.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our advanced matching helps find talented candidates so you can connect with them fast. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
We move to the top of the fourth. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Texas A&M. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Auburn. Cam Tilley back to work. 55 pitches into this start. He will get Harrison, Schott, and Arroyo in the fourth, and to take you through the middle 3 innings. Here's Brad Law.
All right, Andy, thank you. Tilley pitched twice against Texas A&M last year. Back-to-back days out in College Station. Gave up 4 runs on 2 hits. A homer included in his first outing, just a third of an inning. Came back the next day, walked 2, struck out 2, did not give up a run or hit in a full inning of work. Harrison flied to center his first time, a high fly ball to start the second inning. He'll lead it off here in the fourth. Hits even at 2. Tigers trail 3-0. Line by Tilley in the pitch. Up and in with a fastball, ball 1. Winner of this gets LSU in a quarterfinal matchup tomorrow evening. It'll be the second game of the day. The first game will be a 3 o'clock start. Pitch called strike, high part of the zone. Fastball evens the count at 1-1 on the Texas A&M catcher. Right-handed hitter, Tilley, off the rubber, rocks, and delivers. And misses a little high. 2-1.
Yellowwood scoreboard, Conference USA tournament. Kennesaw State a 10-5 winner today against New Mexico State. That's in Lynchburg, Virginia.
Line by Tilley in the pitch. Hit him. And it ricocheted all the way to the backstop after going very high in the air. So Tilley hits his second of the game and his 14th of the season.
Top of the third at the MAC tournament in Avon, Ohio. Toledo leads Bowling Green 9-7. Bottom of the eighth at the Big 12 tournament in Arlington. Arizona leads BYU 3-1. Bottom of the eighth at the Big 10 tournament in Omaha. 6-5. UCLA leads Michigan. That's in the bottom of the eighth.
Freilich and McMurray went out to just try and settle Tilley down.
And now Everett Tiefert is out as well.
Well, you're playing with fire when you put leadoff hitters on base. The single by Keel started last inning. First three reached, concluding with the Kent homer. And now Harrison, you put him on to start this inning.
There is activity in the Auburn pen.
Is that Fisher or Myers? A couple of lefties went out there earlier last inning.
I can't tell, Brad.
Home plate umpire Brandon Cooper walking out to try and end the meeting. And now the call is made. So that'll be it for Cam Tilley. After a leadoff hit batter to start the fourth, the second straight inning, the leadoff man is reached. This time they put him on. And one walk, two hit batters, a 3-run homer surrendered by Tilley today. And this is Carson Myers, who is coming in for Auburn. So the Tigers make a Ford F-150 call to the bullpen with nobody out and a runner at first in the fourth inning, trailing Texas A&M 3-0. A Ford F-150 call to the bullpen.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories, like cookouts, cornhole with friends, ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad, the one with the feta, oh, sorry, or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Carson Myers is on for Auburn. Senior left-hander, 6'3", 213 from Bowling Green, Kentucky, transferred from UAB. Myers 2-2 on the year, 3.40 earned run average. This will be his team-leading 20th appearance and his 19th in relief. 3 saves for Myers. 39 2/3 innings, 18 runs, 15 earned on 40 hits. 50 strikeouts, 7 walks, 5 homers, and opponents hitting .260 against Carson Myers, who was 2-2 in SEC play with an earned run average of 3. Cam Tilley, 3+ innings today for Auburn, 3 runs, all earned on 2 hits, 6 strikeouts, a walk, but he hit 2 batters.
Yep.
And after the leadoff hit batter here of Harrison in the fourth, he is lifted for Carson Myers. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification of the Auburn Sports Network.
Myers faced Texas A&M once last year. 2 in the third innings, a run on 3 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Carson's last action came in Oxford against Ole Miss, gave up an unearned run on 2 hits and an inning of work in the opener of that series. No walks, 2 strikeouts. He threw just 19 pitches. 1 game against South Carolina, 2 scoreless innings, 2 hits, a walk, no strikeouts, 28 pitches. So Myers has only thrown 47 pitches since May 3rd. And Hayden Schott, the first man to greet him. A&M has put the leadoff runner on base in 3 of the 4. I say A&M has. Auburn has put the leadoff runner on base twice to start the ball game. Now Myers' first pitch, shot bunts it left side against the shift. It rolls toward Myers, who picks it up and throws to first for the out. It's a sacrifice shot. Moves Harrison into scoring position. The ball took a bounce back to Myers. It closed the angle that he had to take to get to it.
The only play that Auburn had.
Yeah. Was to first, and a nice bare hand pickup in a throwing position.
Yep.
Myers really played that well to get the out. Runner in scoring position, one down for Ben Royo, who popped it up to second his first time. Myers pitches to him, and he swings and misses at a fastball up and away. No balls and a strike. Royo, 10 homers. He's knocked in 23. Texas A&M trying to add to a 3-0 lead here in the fourth. Runner at second, one down. Pitch. Royo checked his swing. Did he go? No, says David Savage at first.
Butch Thompson doesn't believe it.
I don't know about that. David Savage wasn't very committal. But count goes to a ball and a strike. Myers' pitch. There's a strike on the inside corner. It's 1-2. Would have liked another look at that swing, but I'm not the producer. Runner at second, one down. Myers comes set, looks to second, looks home, comes home. Pops straight back this way. Look out.
Oh.
Off the window in the premium area.
To our immediate right.
Yep. An LSU fan there.
Oh, my.
Got her in the back of the head.
Yeah.
There is no cover. Well, the net only goes up so high. So 1-2 pitch. Missed outside, 2-2. So you have to be alert in this area the way that you don't in some other places. Two balls, two strikes, one out. Runner at second, top of the fourth. Myers, first reliever of the day for Auburn. Senior lefty delivers. Swung on and missed. Swinging out early in front of an off-speed pitch, and Myers dispatches of Royo for the second out of the inning.
Slider. Away and down.
Yeah, it's a good pitch. So Myers retires the first two that he faces. Harrison down at second with two outs for Terrence Keel, who hit a hanging slider into left field his first time. 1-for-1. Right-handed hitting right fielder. First pitch to him. Up for ball one. A&M 263, a team batting average. They won series against Tennessee, South Carolina, Arkansas, LSU. Beat Mississippi State here handily yesterday. Pitch. Off speed and upstairs, 2-0. They were swept by Alabama and Vanderbilt in back-to-back weekends to start conference play. Lost 2 of 3 to Kentucky. Then went on a winning streak. It started with the second game of their Tennessee series. Pitch. Missed high and out, 3-0. And all of them have been up to Keel. They played a doubleheader in Knoxville. Run-ruled Tennessee in the first game of that doubleheader, and then they were off. For 3 weeks in a row, they were red hot. Then they were swept by Texas. Pitch. There's a called strike, 3-1. And then they were swept by Missouri. And then dropped 2 of 3 to Georgia to close out the regular season. That's the tail of the tape on Texas A&M. Myers, 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Myers has battled back. He fell behind 3-0. Keel asked if that was going to be a strike. And Brandon Cooper told him yes. And the Auburn fans here trying to get behind Carson Myers. Harrison at second. The pitch home. Struck him out. Called strike 3. Froze him with a fastball. Myers fell behind 3-0 and threw 3 straight strikes to get out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Still, Texas A&M 3, Auburn nothing. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown!
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
All I'm saying is they used to have the big giant coolers, and they had everything stocked in there. And
they haven't had coolers here forever, Brad. It's been fountain drinks up here forever at the SEC tournament.
I'm talking about even down there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just saying here.
Okay. Where we are.
Yeah. It's always been fountain drinks.
It's the fountain.
Yeah.
All right. They have a different assortment of snacks down there, too.
Well, yes.
All right.
Here it's popcorn and nut.
Hey, we go to the bottom of the fourth with the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham. I'm Brad Law at the Hoover Met. Quinn Burkeen is in our Skyview studios. That's out in Arizona, where it's expected to be over 100 today.
Ooh, I hope it's not in the studio where Quinn is located,
no,
QB1.
If it's 100 in there,
that's a problem.
That's a major problem. All right, it's Irish, McMurray, and Steele against Justin Lampkin, who's gone at least the last 12 innings without giving up a run. Coming off a shutout at Georgia a week ago. He starts Irish with a ball outside. Ike has one of Auburn's 2 hits. A single up the middle in the first inning with 2 outs. 3-0 Aggies, hits even at 2. Pitch to Irish. Called strike on the outside corner to even the count. Starts with an open stance. Closes it up as the pitch is on the way, and he fouls one back to the net. Fastball at 92 and in. Now it's a ball and 2 strikes. Irish worked a full count in the first before his hit. 47 pitches for Lampkin. Tall lefty, looks home, plants and fires. And it's fouled away left side. Count stays, a ball, 2 strikes. The scheduling and the way the bracket's set up kind of allows this to be back on schedule after this game. The pitch swung on and missed. Ike stayed with the changeup, but still couldn't catch it. So he's down on strikes. 1 away for Cooper McMurray. McMurray walked on a 3-2 pitch in the first inning. Lampkin with 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. 2 hits allowed through 3 1/3. Pitch to McMurray in there for strike 1. Schedule altered on day 1. 4 games yesterday and then this game today. But after this, there were previously only 2 games scheduled for today as McMurray fouls it back and out of play. He's quickly in a hole 0-2. So those 2 games will be played as originally scheduled, and then 2 games tomorrow, the semifinals Saturday, championship Sunday, and the weather looks good for the rest of the weekend as well. 0-2 pitch to the Auburn first baseman on the way. Bounced up there, 1-2. Lampkin has done an excellent job of getting ahead of hitters. He hasn't gone to a 2-ball count since the second inning when Bub Terrell grounded into a double play on a 3-2 pitch. 6 straight batters with 1 ball or less in the count. Here's the pitch. McMurray takes it high, 2-2. Lampkin out of Corpus Christi, the shining emerald city by the sea. Looks and delivers. Swung on and missed. Got him with an off-speed pitch down and in. 4th strikeout, 2nd of the inning. And Lucas Steele to the plate.
8 in a row set down by Lampkin since the leadoff single by Snow in the second.
That double play from Terrell not only changed that inning, but it might have settled in Lampkin a little bit. Pitch to Steele. Swung on and missed, 0-1. He popped it up to center, did Lucas, his first time. Playing here at the Hoover Met. Lucas from Hoover. Started at Samford, as you know. The pitch. Missed the outside corner, 1-1. Nobody on, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th, it's 3-0 Texas A&M. Pitch to Steele. Line down the left side, but well foul. And again, Lampkin finds himself ahead in the count. A ball and 2 strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts from the A&M southpaw. Can he make it 3? Pitch. Inside, ball 2.
He thought he had strike 3. He was coming off the mound.
Yeah, and Harrison, the catcher, thought he had strike 3 too. You might have heard him say, yep, and get up to, he came out of his crouch to head toward the dugout. Instead, it's 2-2. Pitch to Steele on the way. Missed inside, ball 3. Keeps coming after that inside corner. It's where he got the swing and miss to start the at-bat. Cars continue to caravan in toward the ballpark. And a payoff pitch due the Auburn DH. He pops it up, second baseman back, makes the jumping catch. Royo had him shaded up the middle. He sprinted back behind the bag at second on the outfield grass and made the running catch. And the inning is over. Lampkin, for a second straight inning, retires the side 1-2-3 in order. And Auburn's 4th inning is closed. 3-0 Texas A&M through 4 here at the Hoover Met. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
I like what I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is getting the highest payouts, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Montgomery is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Montgomery. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLE.
You're listening to Auburn baseball in the SEC tournament. Now back to more of the Tigers and Aggies.
And the Aggies lead it 3-0 as we go to the 5th inning. Farr, Kent, and Laviolette, 9-1 and 2 hitters due up against Carson Myers. A ground out, 2 strikeouts from Carson last inning out of the bullpen. This 5th inning is presented by Wind Creek Casinos. Elevate your game plan to fabulous. Play the hottest games, win fabulous rewards at Wind Creek Casinos and on the Casinoverse app. Farr's at bat in the 3rd inning was pivotal He was trying to put down a sacrifice bunt to move Keel into scoring position, and he was hit on the knee, and that put 2 on ahead of Kent, who homered. First pitch to Farr here is off the outside corner for ball 1. He's hitting 188 with no homers and 4 RBIs, and he's played over half their games. Line by Myers, the pitch. There's a strike, 1-1. Hits even at 2, no errors. We're in the top of the 5th. Winner plays LSU tomorrow night. Here's the delivery. Bunted, popped up, back, and all the way into the seats. And there's the second strike on Sawyer Farr, left fielder. Aggies have had the leadoff man on base in 3 of 4 innings coming in. Wind blows from left to right, and the pitch. Ground ball to second. They had him shaded that way. Rembert, right of the bag at second. Grabs and throws. Longer throw because he's near the bag, but the out is made. 1 away in the 5th.
And a weird hop. That last hop to Rembert came up on him, but he stayed right with it.
Brings Caden Kent to the plate. He has walked and homered. The 3-run home run in the 3rd inning. The only runs of the game to this point. 3-0 Texas A&M in the 5th. Pitch to Kent. Ground ball, foul, past first. Tomahawked that one, 0-1. Myers off the wind, deals, and misses a little low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The winner plays LSU tomorrow. The loser heads home and waits to find out their postseason destination. Pitch. Ground ball to first. Nope, to second. Rembert had him shielded that way, or had him shaded toward first base. Rembert scoops it up and throws for the out. Auburn, all but a lock to host. Really, the question is, does everybody agree they should be a national seed? And there is an incredibly compelling case. I don't know, frankly, if it is still in the air. But you feel extremely good about being at Plainsman Park next weekend.
Make your plans.
Yeah. Pitch. Low and all the way to the backstop. 1 ball, no strikes to Jace Laviolette. Against Tilly, he struck out and popped out to 3rd.
Selection show is Monday at 11 Central Time.
Yep. But the host sites will be announced Sunday. Pitch. Hit him. 3rd hit batter, and that one really, oh boy, Laviolette is really in pain. He's grabbing at that hand.
It's the left hand.
Yeah. And he has gone down into a crouch a couple of times here. Texas A&M's athletic trainer is out. The head coach is out. A 1-0 pitch.
Looks like it's the pinky finger and that ring finger on the left hand. Brad?
Myers tried to come inside.
Got him right above the
outside
knuckles.
Of that.
Yeah.
Yep. 90 miles an hour off those fingers. Well, as they were taking the glove, the batting glove off the hand, that hand was just shaking. The adrenaline rushing to that area. And he's back down in the crouch again. Goodness. Jason Laviolette, the preseason National Player of the Year. Hit by a pitch with 2 outs and nobody on in the 5th inning in a game the Aggies lead 3-0. He's taking the other batting glove off now.
I'll stay in the
Tell you
ball
what,
game.
he's staying in the game, but that's he is still holding that left. He's holding his left arm. As you do when you have pain in the finger, you grab the wrist and
It's holding that area
Yeah,
above
boy.
the left, the knuckles on the left hand.
Yeah.
And I hope he's all right.
So he is at first. Squarely right on top between the knuckles. That's about as tender a place as you can be hit on the hands. Pitch. Low, gets away from Freilich, not far enough. Laviolette not going anywhere at first. Hensler, the batter.
They're calling time to take another look, I think.
He's saying no.
I wonder if there's some talk from the dugout to take him out of the ball game.
I think there's going to be. I just saw somebody run down to grab a helmet. Yep, they're going to take him out.
Yeah.
They will send in Jamal George to run, and Laviolette comes out of the ball game. He didn't want to come out. He tried to axe them sending in George to run, but he goes back down now and to the back of the clubhouse, and they'll take a closer look. So George at first. 1-0 the count to Hensler. Pitch. Ball outside.
George has a couple stolen bases in 2 attempts.
Hensler is 0 for 2 till he struck him out twice. This is Myers' first crack at him. With 2 outs and George at first, and they throw over to first. George back standing.
George out of Puerto Rico, a transfer to A&M from Alabama State.
Hensler, right-handed batter. Pitch to him. Fouled away, right side. Up off the lights and down onto the concourse. Might have gone after ball 3. Instead, it's 2-1 after the fastball. Myers' second inning of relief work. Carson throws to first. And again, George is back without a slide or tag.
A&M is 39 of 45 stealing bases this season. Keel, the only one in the lineup with double-digit stolen bases.
George gets his lead. 2-1 pitch. Throws to first instead.
Yeah, he was shuffling there a little bit.
3-0 Texas A&M. We're in the top of the 5th, 2 outs. Myers delivers. Runner goes. Pitch is popped up and back and out of play. 2-2 the count. Well, it's tough to get a read on the ball when it goes up past a certain height, and it's from up here. Middle of the day.
Couple clouds out there beyond the ballpark, but otherwise it is a sunny day and a throw to first, and George is back.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Getting close to the last day of school. It is the last day of school back home in Auburn. Saw a school bus go by in the distance. Here's the 2-2. Line down the left field line, foul. Just a little early on the fastball was Hensler. Pretty good number of kids at the ballpark today. School may be already out in some places here.
And it is for those kids.
It is for them, yeah. They're not thinking about a school bus as they chase down a foul ball.
That's the only thing they're worried about right now.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. George goes again, and it's ripped foul again down the left side. Hensler has a dozen homers. He's driven in 33 runs. A couple of times in the last 3 pitches, George has had a head start. Tigers trail 3-0 in the 5th. A 3-run homer by Kent in the 3rd, the only offense. Carson Myers set and to first. Carson's primary job is keep this thing right where it is until the bats can get going, whether that's against Lampkin or the bullpen. A&M playing to extend its season. Pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Got him to chase a breaking ball down. And there's the 3rd out of the inning. So no runs, a 2-out hit batter, no hits, no errors, 1 left. Halfway home at the Hoover Met. 3-0, Tigers trail. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Back to the Hoover Met for more Auburn baseball in the SEC tournament.
Tigers trail 3-0. It'll be Snow, Terrell, and Freilich, 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup against Justin Lampkin, who has been good again today, coming off a complete game shutout at Georgia 6 days ago. Today, he's given up 2 hits, no runs. He's walked 1, struck out 4, 60 pitches through 40 innings. Defensive changes with Jace Laviolette lifted from the game after taking a pitch off the left hand. Jamal George came in to run for him. George stays in the game but plays right field. Terrence Keel moves from right to center to replace Laviolette. So far and left, Keel in center, George in right field for the Aggies. Here's Eric Snow. Jumped on a first pitch, singled to right against Lampkin back in the 2nd inning. Only time Auburn has had the leadoff man on base through 4. He swings at the first pitch here and drives it to left. Far going back. He looks up. It is long gone. 7th home run of the season for Eric Snow. He ambushed a first pitch breaking ball and sent it out over the left field wall. Tigers are on the board. It's 3-1.
I think it was a straight change, and it went straight out of the ballpark.
So Snow has seen 2 pitches, and he's 2 for 2. What a heater he has been on Auburn's last 4 games. Bub Terrell, the batter. Snow, the first man to reach since Bub grounded into a double play back in the 2nd inning. First pitch to Terrell is low for ball 1. First run Lampkin's given up in 2 weeks. Wind and the lefty deals. And there's a strike, 1-1. Bub saw 6 pitches before grounding into the double play. Lampkin at 62 for the what's now the afternoon. Pitch. There's a called strike on the outside corner, 1-2. So Eric said it may not rain anymore this weekend, but there's a 100% chance of snow at the Hoover Met. Solo homer to left. 1-2 pitch to Terrell. Fought it off, tried to jam him. with a fastball at 91 and up a little bit. Love fouled it away. Still a ball, 2 strikes. Terrell, 33 RBIs on the season. Comfortable defensively in left field. Crouching stance, wide stance, pitch home. Swung on and missed. Fastball. And Terrell couldn't catch up. 1 down in the 5th. Now here's Chase Freilich. Freilich bounced to third his first time. And it is a near shift. Shortstop Kent still to the left of the bag at second. A lot of room on that left side, though. First pitch, hammered foul past first.
And activity in the A&M bullpen. A right-hander starts to throw. Weston Moss.
Pitch to Freilich. Swung on and missed out in front of the changeup. Another 0-2 count for the A&M starter. Pitch to Freilich. Way outside and low, a ball and 2 strikes. Snow with that solo homer gets to 30 RBIs for the season. One-two pitch to the Auburn catcher. Here it is. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning. Tigers on the board, trailing 3-1. 70 pitches for Lampkin. He rocks and fires and misses low, and the count is full. Bristol Carter waits on deck. Leadoff homer for Snow in the inning. 1 out. Now a full count to Freilich to pitch. Fouled back.
Spoiled a pretty good pitch, Brad.
He's had some success with the fastball into lefties. Freilich able to get a piece. So we'll do it again. Another payoff pitch to the freshman. On the way. Ground ball to second. Stopped by Royo. He gathers and throws for the out. 2 down. So Lampkin wins the battle. Freilich a couple of ground outs on the game. And Bristol Carter at the plate. He looked at a 3rd strike in the 3rd inning. Third baseman Hensler plays back, and now they tell him to creep up a few steps. (3-1) Aggies, bottom of the 5th. Pitch to Carter. Misses just a little bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. Pretty good pitch. He doesn't fall behind 1-0 often, even 1-0. Pitch missed outside, it's 2-0. He really hasn't done that often. Carter came in hitting .244. Average dropped a couple of points after the strikeout. Pitch. Inside, 3 balls, no strikes. You walk him, you put a speedy runner on.
Just the 4th time in the first 4 2/3 innings that he's gone to a 3-ball count against anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the first time he's gone to 3-0 against anybody.
Pitch to the ECU transfer, Carter. It's low, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk. Second walk of the game issued by Lampkin. He walks Auburn's number 9 hitter with 2 outs in the 5th. Brings the tying run to the plate in the form of Chris Rembert. His 3rd look at Lampkin with 2 outs in the 5th. Rembert is struck out and flied out. Right-handed hitting second baseman. They got the runner picked off. Carter left early. Throw goes down to second. They tag him out. 1-3-6, I believe. And that's out number 3. So take the bat out of Rembert's hands in a possible game-tying situation, and the inning is over. Well, the home run by Snow gets Auburn on the board. The only hit of the inning. No errors, nobody left. Through 5, it's now 3-1 Texas A&M. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Football season is coming soon.
Man wide open, Cam Coleman, touchdown Auburn!
The Tigers return Friday, August 29th at Baylor.
Oh, and a sack, and he goes down. Oh, he got blindsided by Kelvin Falk. Reed in trouble. Reed goes down. DeMarcus Riddick.
This is your exclusive home for Auburn football, the Auburn Sports Network.
Since Auburn Bank opened in 1907, we've been tested by world wars, pandemics, and plenty of troubled times. Through it all, we've not only survived, but thrived by staying true to our core values of sound money management and putting our customers first. And just as surely as more challenges will come, we'll meet them the way we always have, with your confidence and our experience. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, online at auburnbank.com.
We move along to the 6th. It's 3-1 Texas A&M. Middle third of the Aggie order. Cash, Harrison, and Schott due up against Carson Myers, who has hit a batter and struck out 3 and gotten 3 ground balls through 2 innings of work. Cash 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Glad to have you with us on the Auburn Sports Network. If you're listening at work, maybe can't have a radio tuned. If you're watching the YouTube feed, the Auburn Tigers YouTube channel, listening at auburntigers.com or the Auburn Game Day app. However you're tuning in, we appreciate it. 4 innings to go. First pitch sails all the way to the backstop against Cash, who had squared the bunt. 1 ball, no strikes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets, SeatGeek's a place to do it. Myers rocks and deals. Bunted, left side, foul. 1-1. It's not a full shift, but it's, I think you call it a modified shift. You got the shortstop still to the left of the bag at second, but up the middle. And Guevara way off the line at third. Not a bad idea for Cash to try to put something down. 1-1, he's swinging away, though. And he loops it up left side of the infield. Now into foul territory, it spins, and Guevara is there to put it away for the out. 1 down. SeatGeek's the official ticketing partner of the Tigers. Expect the expected. SeatGeek. Something to keep in mind for baseball postseason and football regular season, which is now 99 days away. Tigers open up in Waco against Baylor. Big matchup.
On a Friday night.
Friday night. Here's Bear Harrison. Speaking of the Bears, Harrison takes a strike, 0-1.
90 on the heater from Carson Myers.
33 pitches for the senior left-hander. Myers from the short wind with nobody on base and 1 out here in the 6th. Sends it in. Strike 2. Another fastball. Nothing fancy about those first 2 pitches. Harrison has flied to center and been hit by a pitch. He was the last guy to face Tilley. So he completes the first time through the order for Carson. Myers rocks, plants, fires, misses way outside and all the way to the backstop. It's 1-2. Solo homer from Eric Snow, the only run of the game for Auburn. A 3-run homer for the Aggies in the third, their offense. And there's a line drive toward left center, and that's going to get down. Carter has to play it on a bounce in center field. It is the first hit for Harrison. Third hit for Texas A&M, a one-out single here in the sixth. And it brings Hayden Schott to the plate. Left-handed batter, Schott the DH. Pitch. There's a strike, off speed, over the outer half, 0-1. Myers doing a pretty good job getting ahead. He's gotten the first man that he's faced in an inning all 3 times. Runner at first, 1 down. Pitch. Down and in, 1-1. Oh for 1 on the day. Schott struck out in the second, put down a sacrifice in the fourth. Pitch. Swung on and missed. Took a cut in a fastball on the inside corner. And Myers ahead of him, 1-2. Auburn team, number 1 in the RPI, number 1 strength of schedule. 38 wins coming in. Won 7 series in SEC play. Pitch. Missed low, blocked by Freilich, kept it in front of him, kept Harrison at first base. Harrison not a big runner. Auburn faced 3 conference champions in the non-conference portion of the schedule. Pitch home. Just missed low, and the count runs full to Schott. Right now, though, those guys in navy blue aren't worried about their resume. They're not worried about next weekend or the weekend after. Trying to keep Texas A&M right where it is and come back and win this ball game. Here comes the payoff pitch. It is popped up, a little looper over to Guevara at third. A soft liner that Guevara puts away for the second out.
Tell you what, from our vantage point, that left the bat. I thought that's a little bloop single to left. It just didn't get there.
Yeah, it was up higher than it was far. And Guevara put it away for the second out. So now 2 down. And Ben Arroyo to the plate, 0 for 2. He's popped to second and struck out. Soft toss to first. Harrison back. We're in the top of the 6th. 3-1, Tigers trail. Myers, first reliever for Auburn. There's a line drive down the left field line, but foul. So Myers gets out ahead of Arroyo, 0-1.
On the Yellowwood scoreboard, Troy stays alive in the Sun Belt tournament in Montgomery. A 4-2 win today against Texas State. The Troy team that in some of the projections has been predicted coming to Auburn for the regional.
Pitch. High pop. Left field. Back goes Snow. In comes Terrell. Bub's got a beat on it. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. A 1-out single does no harm. No runs, no errors, 1 left for Texas A&M. To the bottom of the 6th we go in Hoover. 3-1. Aggies lead it. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
You sit in traffic now, but later there's an ice cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste because you know all your patience is paid out in gold. You remain calm through honks, bumper to bumper, and people yelling. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
I like what I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is getting the highest payouts, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games all on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Wetumpka is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Wetumpka. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to Auburn baseball in the SEC tournament. Now back to more of the Tigers and Aggies.
We move to the bottom of the sixth. Texas A&M leads Auburn 3-1. On the Yellowwood scoreboard, finals out there in conference tournaments. Conference USA, Kennesaw State beat New Mexico State 10-5. At the Big 12 tournament, Arizona a 4-1 winner over BYU. The Big 10 tournament in Omaha, UCLA 7, Michigan 5. At the SWAC tournament in Birmingham, just across town, Jackson State beat Texas Southern 12-6. Troy a winner at the Sun Belt tournament in Montgomery, 4-2 over Texas State. USC upstate at the Big South tournament in High Point, a shutout winner today over Winthrop, 7-0. Those are the finals across the landscape of conference tournament baseball today.
It's kind of a fun time of year to watch those finals and see if anybody's going to steal bids, especially when you know yours is pretty safe. Top of the order, Chris Rembert. He was at the plate when Carter was picked off or caught stealing to end the last inning. He takes the ball high. 77 pitches for Lampkin through 5 innings plus 1-0 to Rembert. Chris swings, pops it up. Right side, that'll drift on out of play. Oh, poor attempt by an LSU fan. Off his hands and down the seats. For shame. 1-1 to Rembert. He's 0 for 2 today. Pitch. Miss low. 2-1. Right-handed hitting second baseman. Catcher sets up inside. Pitch is swung on and missed. Off-speed delivery, and the count's even to Rembert, 2-2. Rembert, Guevara, and Irish here against Lampkin. Right-handed hitters about 90 points better than lefties during the regular season. Lampkin again plants and deals, and it's fouled back. And we'll do it again. Chris Rembert, freshman from Pensacola. Two-two pitch. Check swing. Pitch was outside. He didn't go. And the count is full. Texas A&M bullpen has had occupants. They had a right-hander throwing last inning. And there's still some soft tossing going on down there, but nobody in a big hurry. Payoff pitch to Rembert. Popped up. Foul ground. Will it get out of play? It will. Off the top of the dugout and all the way back to the seats above the concourse. Bring your sunscreen if you're coming out to the ballpark
bring your
today.
Hat,
yeah,
sunglasses, sunscreen.
Doesn't matter if it's a funny-looking hat.
No.
Function is important today.
Sure enough.
Another payoff pitch to the Auburn second baseman. To come from Lampkin. Pitch number 84 is high, and it's ball 4 to Rembert.
Third walk surrendered by Lampkin. Second straight inning that Auburn's been able to get the leadoff man on.
He walked 3 against Alabama in a loss back on March 15th. This is only the third time this season that he has walked 3 in an outing. He did it against Cal Poly second week of the year.
Weston Moss, I believe, the right-hander, is warming frequently now for Texas A&M.
Picked up the pace a little bit.
And Michael Early, the head coach, is out, and that will be all for the Aggies as Texas A&M makes a Pepper Tree pitching change. For a new level of taste, Tiger fans know it's got to be Pepper Tree. For the best wine selection and the finest cuts of meat, visit Pepper Tree in Auburn or Montgomery and online steaksandwine.com. So the day is done for Early as A&M makes a Pepper Tree call to the bullpen.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Pepper Tree pitching change for Texas A&M to number 21, Weston Moss, right-hander, 6'4", 190, a sophomore from Spring, Texas, Montgomery Lake Creek High School. 6-3 this season, a 3.35 earned run average. That's 6 wins, by the way, is far and away the most on this ball club. 21, this will be his 22nd appearance and his 20th in relief with the save. 45 2/3 innings for Moss, 15 runs, 10 earned on 17 hits. 28 strikeouts, 10 walks, 2 homers, and opponents are hitting .218 against Weston Moss. The right-hander, a 4-pitch arsenal, fastball that tops out at 94, slider, change, and a cutter. Lefties are hitting .269 against Moss, right-handers 170. I thought a really courageous outing today for Lampkin, who was 6 days shy of coming off of 120 pitches and 15 strikeouts and a complete game shutout at Georgia. 5 innings today, a run on 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. He threw 85 pitches, 52 for strikes. But the leadoff walk to Rembert here in the Auburn 6 spells the end of the day for lefty Justin Lampkin.
Yeah, between Snow's at bats in the 2nd and 5th, he sat down 9 in a row, really in a groove, got ahead of almost every batter. Now we'll see what Auburn can do against Moss. Fastball, low 90s, slider, change, the occasional cutter. Righties are hitting .269. I'm sorry, lefties hitting .269. Righties just 170. And it's right-handed hitting Eric Guevara, who will face Moss first. His last outing wasn't all that great. 3 hits, 2 walks, 4 runs given up at Georgia 5 days ago. Pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. He starts Guevara with an off-speed pitch at 78. 0-1 to Eric. Auburn third baseman. Popped to second, popped to left. Tying run at the plate here in the 6th. Off speed, fouled off to the right. Back-to-back pitches at 82 or below. Eric reached out, fouled it away. Now 0-2. Rembert gets his lead from first. Moss from the stretch delivers. And it is foul tipped. He lost the bat. The catcher held on to the ball. So it's strike 3. A foul tip into the mid of Harrison, who hung on to the ball despite Guevara flinging the bat near the Texas A&M dugout entrance. So that's the first out and a big strikeout for Moss.
There's a screen where the bat boys, bat girls, bat women are behind, and that screen protected the Texas A&M bat folks.
Pitch. Miss low to Irish, 1 ball, no strikes. Irish is 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout today. Pitch. Off speed and in there for a strike. 1-1 to Irish.
Don't think Ike agreed with the call.
Yeah. Super competitive. He competes for every base, every pitch. Pitch home. That's low. 2-1. Back-to-back sliders. Again, lefties hitting almost 100 points better against the right-hander Moss than right-handers. Rembert at first. 1 out, bottom of the 6th. Irish takes it again, down and in. It's 3-1. Hitters count. Cooper McMurray, another lefty on deck. 3-1. Irish hits it on the ground to short. To second for 1, on to first, not in time. It took Royo a long time to get to the bag at second. The play at second was close because of it. And A&M has a guy down. That's Royo, who...
Was he the one covering the bag?
He was the one covering the bag. Kent had to wait.
And there was no contact at all. I just got off balance as he came across the bag trying to make the throw to first.
Well, he's okay and back to his spot, and now Cooper McMurray comes to the plate. They play him to pull on the infield, not the shift. Pitch, strike, outside corner, 0-1. Rembert still at first. Now 2 outs in the inning. Pitch. McMurray takes it low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Auburn first baseman has walked and struck out today. Tigers into the A&M bullpen. Trying to come from behind. Hits are even at 3, but on the scoreboard, it's 3-1 Aggies. Pitch. There's a fly ball left center field, well hit. Far a long run in the gap, and he tracks it down on the warning track. Second time today that an Auburn hitter has blasted one to the gap, and Farr has been able to race and run it down for the catch. The inning is over. No runs, a walk, no hits, no errors, and 1 stranded. Through 6, still 3-1 Texas A&M. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Check out the Talking Tigers podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. The Talking Tigers podcast is a series of one-on-one interviews hosted by the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham. Each week, Andy is joined by a featured guest with Auburn ties from athletics, entertainment, and other walks of life. Past legends and present trailblazers, insightful and entertaining. It's the Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham. Like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts today.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
We head to the 7th inning. Auburn trails Texas A&M 3-1. Carson Myers back out there now. Boy, most of the time when Auburn has called on Carson Myers, it's been to plug several innings. 13 of his 19 relief outings this year have been 2 or more innings. He's gone 3 today. He's given up just 1 hit in relief. He'll face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Keel, Farr, and Kent, as we go to the 7th. We turn it back over now the rest of the way. The voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, back in the driver's seat.
Keel started the game in right, went to center when Laviolette left after being hit on the hand. He's 1-for-3 in the first pitch, fouled right behind us and underneath us. Actually, not behind us, just underneath us. He led off the 3rd with a single, scored on the 3-run homer by Caden Kent. Hits are even at 3 apiece. Texas A&M leads 3-1. Wind and the pitch. Popped up, back here, foul ball. Off the top of the grandstand and out of play. The ball's in 2 strikes to Keel, then Farr, then Kent here in the 7th with A&M on top of Auburn 3-1. The winner gets LSU tomorrow evening at 6:30 in the quarterfinals. 0-2 upstairs with a fastball. Cam Tilley, 3 innings, gave up 3 runs on 2 hits. The only runs in this ball game, a couple home runs, a 3-run homer by Kent, a solo by Snow for Auburn. And that fastball misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Keel hitting .303. 2 homers and 26 runs batted in. As he leads it off for Texas A&M in the 7th. Pitch on the way. Chopper foul. On a hop into the A&M dugout. Michael Early, part of this coaching staff a year ago, and that national runner-up, took over as the head coach when Jim Schlossnagle, right after the World Series last year, left to go take over at Texas. 2-2. Just missed the outside corner. Count goes full. A&M with some work to do to get into the NCAA tournament. A win today against Auburn would be another step in that direction. 3-2 pitch to Keel. Here it is. Fly ball to center. Bristol Carter back and over to his left and makes the catch. 1 down in the 7th, and here is Sawyer Farr. The biggest pitch of the ball game thus far, I think, for A&M, in spite of the home run by Kent, was after the leadoff single by Keel in the 3rd, when Farr was up there just trying to bunt, and on a 1-1 pitch, Cam Tilley plunked him. And then 1 batter later, Kent hit the 3-run homer. Wind in the pitch. Farr swings, pops it up right side out of play off to into the stands. Farr is hitting .185 on the season, no homers and 4 runs batted in. Pitch. Line drive foul, left side.
This is Carson Myers' longest outing since he went 3 1/3 at Tennessee 3 weeks ago. He also did 3 1/3 against Old Dominion in that 4 2/3 inning outing at Georgia in the finale of that series, which is probably his best outing of the season. Struck out 10.
Farr switch hitter, batting right-handed against the lefty, Carson Myers, who's ahead of Farr 0-2. Wind in the pitch. Miss low. A ball and 2 strikes.
Giving you 3 1/3 plus on 54 pitches so far.
1 out, nobody on for A&M in the top of the 7th. Aggies lead the Tigers 3-1. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Farr. Here's the wind of the pitch. Got him swinging. 4th strikeout for Myers. The K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Two outs and nobody on, and here's Caden Kent, his 3-run homer in the 3rd. All the scoring for A&M thus far. The lefty Myers winds and fires. Kent takes a strike on the outside corner.
3 2/3 innings now, the 2nd longest outing officially of the year for Myers. But when he came to Auburn, there was some thought that he would start. He did start, in fact, last year when he first got to the Plains.
0-1. Just off the inside corner, a ball and a strike. Started a game this year.
Yeah.
He has been best for Auburn coming out of the pen in his career. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Kent. Carson off the wind in the 1-1. Kent fouls it down the first base line.
Now, Myers had 2 quality starts last year, including his first ever outing in an Auburn jersey.
And was named, I think, the SEC Pitcher of the Week that week.
He was. He went 6 scoreless against Eastern Kentucky with 8 strikeouts. Not a bad debut.
1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Kent. 2 outs and nobody on in the top of the 7th for A&M. Here's the wind of the pitch. Fouled it off, just got a piece of it. Good job of defensive hitting by Caden Kent. 13 homers and 49 runs batted in.
These guys who can give you a lot of innings in relief. And Cam Tilley has been one of those for Auburn. Moved up into the starting role. It is vital. You start looking at trying to win 4 games in 4 days to win a title, you have to have something like this at some point.
1-2 pitch. Missed the outside corner, 2-2. Didn't miss by much, did it?
No, it did not.
2-2 the count. 3 hits apiece, but A&M has the biggest hit, a 3-run homer by the man at the plate. Here is the 2-2 to Kent. Fouled it off. Kent was looking for his 14th homer with that swing.
You sure what he loaded and then some on that, and probably swung at ball 3 inside.
Kent from Austin, Texas, Lake Travis High School, 6'2", 200-pound junior. Another 2-2 pitch. Count goes full. Jamal George in the on-deck area. There are no on-deck circles in Hoover. They've had them before.
Yeah, they're bygone era.
I guess so. 3-2 pitch. Here it is. Line drive, right side. That's trouble. Irish gives chase, and it's foul. Didn't miss extra bases by much. Ike got to it on a hop. Probably a foot, maybe?
Yeah.
We get another look?
Yeah,
about a foot foul.
I don't know if it was up high enough for the wind to push it, but that looked like a surefire corner double off the bat.
I agree. What do we know?
Less by the day. I know it's a pretty big out to get. Turn him down 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. Still got 3 turns to hit in a 2-run ball game.
Another 3-2 pitch to Caden Kent from Myers. Here it is. Ground ball foul off the photographer area.
He is on those on the inner half. And Myers has tried a couple of times since getting the 2 strikes to put him away with 1 on the outside corner.
And for the most part, it's been fastballs.
Uh-huh. You're going to give it, what's he need time for? He's asking for time.
Well, I'm not sure.
Just to get it. Just to step out.
So a new supply of baseballs in the meantime for home plate umpire Brandon Cooper. And we're ready to go again.
Perhaps. There we go.
Kent back in the box. 2 outs and nobody on, top of the 7th. The 3-2 from Carson Myers. Here it is. Swing and a miss. He got it. Fastball down. And Myers sets down A&M in order in the top of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time at the Hoover Met. A&M leads Auburn 3-1 as Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for the Plains. The Auburn University Regions Visa Debit Card and prepaid Regions Now card. They're a win for your wallet and a big war eagle, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tiger pride? Order your card now at regions.com/go Tigers. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy savings. Carrier. Turn to the experts.
This game recap is presented by Regions Bank. Regions is a proud partner of Auburn University and the official bank of the SEC.
This has been a well-pitched game on both sides. There's 6.5 innings. Auburn comes to the plate in the bottom of the 7th, trailing Texas A&M 3-1. A&M has held Auburn to 1 run on 3 hits. Tigers have held A&M to 3 runs on 3 hits. A solo homer for Eric Snow accounting for the Auburn run. A 3-run homer by Caden Kent for A&M. Both teams are in the bullpens. Weston Moss came in after a leadoff walk by Justin Lampkin, who went 5 innings, gave up a run on 3 hits. And Moss will get Steele, Snow, and Terrell in the Auburn 7th, and Steele will turn around and bat left-handed against the righty, Weston Moss. Lucas flied to center and lined a little bloop liner to Ben Royo at second base. 3-1, A&M leads it. Auburn bats in the bottom of the 7th. Moss, the wind and the pitch. Curveball for strike 1.
Much more pronounced break on his breaking ball than the one we saw from Lampkin.
Shift is on for the left-handed hitting Steele. The pitch. Reaches down, fouls it back. Into the crowd. Caught over there. Barehanded. 0-2 the count. Infield with the shift. The outfield plays Steele to pull as well. 0-2 pitch. Outside and high.
Swear with a 2-strike swing, he doesn't want to make a mistake inside. So if he's going to pitch him away with the shift, just fling the bat out there and take it the other way.
1-2 pitch to Snow. Ground ball on a hop, first baseman on a hop to the bag for the out. Nicely played by Cash over there.
Really well struck ball by Steele, well played by Cash, and he pulled it. It was a slider. It was a slider coming in towards Steele, so it was easy to get in front of and pull.
And here's Eric Snow. Led off the 5th with a first pitch homer to left. He is 2 for 2 on the day. Wind and the pitch for Moss. Ground ball jammed him to the third baseman. Easy for Hensler. First, 2 outs.
Oh. He nearly came off the bag.
But the pitcher, the throw to first was high. And Cash, I think, bobbled it for a second.
Yeah.
2 quick outs for Auburn. Snow has jumped on the first pitch twice. Oh, that came out of his glove, and he caught it with the bare hand. And here's Bub Terrell, 0 for 2 with a ground ball double play and a strikeout. Wind and the pitch. Fastball. Oh, strike 1. That has not been a strike all day.
No, Brandon Cooper's been pretty consistent. That one, really the first one to draw a bunch of groans.
0-1. Missed outside, a ball and a strike. Bottom of the 7th, 2 outs and nobody on for Auburn. The Tigers trail 3-1 in the SEC tournament against Texas A&M. Now the 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Modified shift with Terrell at the plate. Outfield plays him to pull as well. 2-1 pitch. Ball 3 outside. Chase Fralick on deck for Auburn. Three balls and a strike to Bub Terrell. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ball 4, he walked it. A 2-man, or the second with 2 outs. Bub Terrell goes to first.
What a great at-bat after 2 relatively quick ground ball outs to start the inning. Bub hangs in there, doesn't chase, just doesn't chase, and draws the walk.
And here is Chase Fralick. Speaking of chasing, Chase 0 for 2 with a couple ground outs to third and to second. Auburn looking for some 2-out magic here in the 7th. Terrell with a lead at first, the stretch and the pitch. Down the middle for a strike.
Holding Terrell on, there's some room on the right side if he can pull it. There's also lots of room straight down the third base line. Hensler way off.
Pitch on the way. Swing, and he tries to go the left side, fouls it out. Conecuh Sausage, the official sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh Sausage, a game day favorite, always great on the grill. Pick up a pack at your local grocery store. Visit the Conecuh Gift Shop in Evergreen, Alabama, off I-65 at exit 96. Quickly 0-2 to Fralick. Runner at first, 2 down. Here's the pitch. Swing, drive into center, but Keel. Back to the wall. He makes the catch. Boy, oh boy, last two innings, Auburn has hit it hard to the wall. Great play by Farr in the 6th and a better play by Keel here in the 7th. He took away extra bases and a run from Auburn. No runs, no errors, no hits, and a man left for Auburn. We're through 7 with Texas A&M leading Auburn 3-1. Stay tuned. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
Hip pain is not to be taken lightly. It could be a sign of hip impingement. If pain, stiffness, or limping persists, see a hip specialist at the orthopedic clinic. Treatment includes non-surgical options, but if surgery is needed, minimally invasive arthroscopic hip surgery is only available locally at the orthopedic clinic. Don't wait. Schedule an examination today. Call for an appointment, 334-749-8303, or visit theorthoclinic.com.
Carson Myers back to work in the top of the 8th. Boy, the last 2 innings for Auburn. A&M has made just 2 terrific outfield plays that are runs for Auburn if they're not made. The left fielder Farr in the 6th, and the center fielder Keel, who started the game in right, in the 7th, taking away extra bases for Auburn and runs scored for Auburn. And A&M holds on to a 3-1 lead. Myers has now thrown more pitches in his relief outing than the starter Cam Tilley today. Carson up to 65 pitches, and he gets Jamal George, Wyatt Hensler, and Gavin Cash in the Texas A&M 8th. The Aggies lead it 3-1.
Continue to keep this thing at 3-1. Myers out there. He's thrown, like I said, he's in the mid-60s, 65 pitches. You get through another inning. Those bats are getting the opportunities.
Jamal George in his first at-bat of the day takes the first pitch outside. George came on as a pinch runner for the injured Jace Laviolette, who left the game with an injured hand. Pitch. That misses low, 2-0 the count. George is hitting .238 this season. Right-handed hitter out of Trujillo, Puerto Rico, and transferred to A&M from Alabama State. Now the 2-0. All 3 outside. Hensler and Cash to Fato here in the 8th inning. Here's the wind. George shows bunt, takes ball 4.
That's the first leadoff batter to reach since the 4th when Harrison was hit by a pitch, and that was the last batter Tilley faced.
There is activity in the Auburn pen. As Wyatt Hensler comes to the plate, he's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. And Everett Teaford is out for Auburn. Infield comes to the mound after the leadoff walk on 4 pitches. No indication yet from the Auburn pitching coach. Now we get it. Auburn's going to go to a left-hander in this Cook's pest control call to the bullpen.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories, like cookouts, cornhole with friends. Ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad, the one with the feta. Oh, sorry. Or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
For Auburn, on this call to the bullpen, it is Cade Fisher, transfer from Florida. Fisher, 6'3", 202, junior from Dalton, Georgia. He's 1-2 this year with a 5.35 earned run average. This is his 12th appearance, his second out of the bullpen, second in a row out of the bullpen. 33 2/3 innings, 29 hits, 20 runs, all earned, 21 walks, 42 strikeouts. Team's batting .238 against Cade Fisher. Last time we saw him, May 4th against Tennessee. First relief appearance of the season. 4 innings, 5 strikeouts. He earned a save. So Fisher, a starter for most of the year, came on in relief and helped the Tigers put away the Volunteers in the rubber game of that series in Knoxville. He is on here to try to get out of the 8th, maybe the 9th as well. We'll see. Carson Myers goes 4 innings, second longest outing of the season, 1 hit, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, 1 hit batter. The 1 walk is at first base right now, so no runs to this point, but George at first base is his responsibility. Just a fantastic outing for Myers to keep A&M at 3 runs. And hopefully it stays right there as another lefty, Cade Fisher, is on to face Wyatt Hensler.
Tilley went 3, Myers 4. A total of 3 hits for A&M, a total of 3 hits for Auburn. And Auburn's been knocking at the door the last couple innings. But in each of the 6th and the 7th, Auburn with a runner on, got a ball off the bat that you thought had a chance. And in left field and in center, A&M has taken away extra bases and a couple runs that could have tied the game.
All the runs scored in this game are the product of home runs. A&M a 3-run homer, Auburn a solo homer. It's a very thin margin of difference, or a very thin difference in this game so far. That's why I say you still got 2 more shots at it. If you keep Texas A&M at 3 and keep battling offensively, still absolutely anybody's ball game.
Here's Wyatt Hensler, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. George a threat to run at first and a throw over by Fisher. George came on as a pinch runner for Jace LaViolette after he was hit on his left hand. He had to leave the game.
And he took off. George did a couple of times during Hensler's at bat a couple innings ago.
Stretch and the pitch. Hensler lines it into left field for a base hit. Fisher left it up.
Fastball at 88. That's good velocity from Cade, but the location, up. And let's see if it was over the middle. Yeah, it was away, up and away. He just reached across and pulled it.
And A&M threatens here in the 8th with runners at first and second and nobody out. Here's the left-handed hitting Gavin Cash.
Would they consider bunting here with Cash? He doesn't have quite the same power the other guys have.
Stretch by Fisher in the pitch. He does show bunt, pops it up to the pitcher, Fisher. All the way to the mound, 1 out.
Freilich doesn't throw it back to Fisher as straight and perfect as that bunt was bunted back to Cade on the mound.
And here is Bear Harrison, the catcher.
Well, that was mad. That was potentially huge.
Now double play gets you out of the inning.
Sure does.
Stretch in the pitch. Harrison takes it just down. 1 ball and no strikes. He is 1 for 2. Been on base twice. Hit by a pitch in the 4th. Singled in the 6th. Flied to center to open the 2nd.
And down is where it needs to be. Can't leave it up against him.
George at 2nd and Hensler at 1st. Pitch. Swing and a miss and a fastball. 88 on the fastball on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Good velocity, all about the location, keeping it away from the right-handed hitters.
Keep an eye on George at 2nd.
Yeah, he's dancing around a good
sure
bit out
is.
there.
He gets his lead at second base. Hensler from first, and Fisher looks back and throws to Rembert coming in to cover. 3-1, Texas A&M leads. The Aggies have runners at first and second with 1 out in the top of the 8th, and a 1-1 count to the catcher, Bear Harrison. Stretch. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 89, 1-2. DH. Hayden shot in the on deck area. A ball and 2 strikes to count to Harrison. Stretching the pitch. Fly ball into left center field. Long run. There's Bristol Carter to make the catch. Runner at second tags, but does not go. 2 outs. That ball was hit well, but Carter tracked it down.
Man, first and second and nobody out, and to have those guys still there with 2 outs, it's a really nice response by Fisher.
Got to bear down here, friends.
Yep.
And Michael Early would like a timeout to talk it over with his base runners, his first and third base coach, and the hitter, Hayden Schott. This breaks up any rhythm from Cade Fisher with 2 outs. A&M is at hit Auburn 4-3. In a game that's shy of just an hour and a half old. I mean, this game has flown by. Excuse me, 2.5 hours. I beg your pardon. Still seems like it's flown by.
No, you're right about that. It's hard to believe we're in the 8th already.
All right, timeout is over. Hensler back to first, George back to second, and A&M is going to go to a pinch hitter. Blake Binderup. They'll go lefty on the right-handed Binderup, who's hitting .234 with some pop. 8 homers and 27 runs batted in.
.232 average, good home run power. And Everett Tiefert is out for Auburn. And will Auburn go to a right-hander here, or is this strategy?
Hard. I'm not sure Auburn has anybody out there, Brad. I think this is strategy. Brandon Cooper is out to break up the meeting on the mound.
It's one of those momentum moments in the ball game. Turn them away from a scoring threat. Take some momentum back in to the dugout.
Bender up 6'6", 230. Redshirt sophomore from College Station. Pitch. Low. Snap throw to first, and Hensler is back.
I like that throw. That lets Hensler know that Auburn isn't focusing only on George, that they're not losing Hensler at first.
Stretch by Fisher. And the 1-0. Strike at the knees, 1-1.
Really nice off-speed pitch.
Auburn does have a lefty in the pen, we're told. Not sure who it is. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. 2 outs, 2 on for A&M, top of the 8th. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 89 on the fastball from Fisher. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cade trying to keep it a 2-run game going into the bottom half of the 8th. He comes set. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fisher does the job. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 men left for Texas A&M in the top of the 8th as Auburn comes to the plate. The Tigers trail 3-1. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Back to the Hoover Met for more Auburn baseball in the SEC tournament.
9-1-2 hitters for Auburn in the bottom of the eighth. Tigers trail 3-1 to Texas A&M. Winner of this game gets LSU in the quarterfinals of the SEC tournament tomorrow at 6:30 Central Time. And with the right-hander Weston Moss in relief of A&M, and he's up to 24 pitches. Auburn will use a pinch hitter here in the eighth and go righty-lefty with Cade Ballou coming to the plate. In the win over Samford here, 2.5 weeks ago, Ballou in his first at bat homered off the batting eye and center. Auburn just looking for a base runner right now and turned it over to the top of the order.
Trying to play the matchup game here, too, just as you saw A&M do with their pinch hitter in the top half of the inning.
Bristol Carter was 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Expect that Ballou would stay in the ballgame and play center field in the top of the ninth. Tigers trail 3-1. Moss against Ballou, the first pitch. Tried to hold up, did Ballou. Did he go around? He did. Ballou batting .279, 5 homers and 20 runs batted in. Love to get him on base with 12 stolen bases. Here's the pitch. Foul back. Quickly 0-2 to Ballou.
Third baseman Hensler was in even with the bag. Now with 2 strikes, he will back up.
Rembert and Gavar to follow here in the Auburn eighth. Tigers trail by 2. Infield normal depth, outfield straight away with Ballou at the plate. He's behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Lost the wind of the pitch. Way outside, a ball and 2 strikes now to Ballou.
That breaking ball's coming in at 80 or sometimes below. It can be tough when you're cold off the bench to wait on that.
Lost the wind and the pitch. Ballou with a single up the middle. He left it up on a 1-2 pitch, and Cade is on.
He threw him a fastball. Ballou's fastball swing is as good as anybody's around. And an elevated fastball at 94, he was ready for it.
So Ballou is aboard, and now you turn it over to the top of the order. Pitch was up and over the heart of the plate. Cade Ballou knew exactly what to do with it.
Not a good 1-2 pitch, and Ballou took advantage.
All right, here's Rembert, who's 0 for 2 on the day. The stretch and the pitch. He shows bunt and tries to bunt it up the third baseline, but fouls it off. Second team All-SEC second baseman. Freshman All-SEC. Likely to be a freshman All-American. But 0 for 2 here today. Ballou at first to lead off the Auburn eighth. The pitch. Inside, a ball and a strike to Rembert, who did not show bunt that time.
Would you consider doing some running with Ballou? He's got really good speed.
He does.
Right-handed pitcher.
Gets his lead. The pitch. Fastball down the middle to Rembert. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Perhaps Chris thought that Cade was going to do some running on that pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Rembert. Stretch by Moss in the pitch. Ground ball right back to Moss. Throws to second to shortstop to get Ballou at second base.
There's some miscommunication there between Kent Arroyo as to who was covering the bag.
Yeah, they had both the shortstop and the second baseman there. No throw to first. Rembert is safe on the fielder's choice. It's a good job.
Ooh.
That's a good job by Kent to keep his foot on the bag because the throw was offline a bit. Here's the pitch to Guevara. Swings and misses at the change. He has done a really nice job against Auburn's top 2 hitters in the order. A collective 0-for-5. Talking about the A&M pitching staff. The pitch. Rembert lines it. It's through to a base hit into left. Excuse me. Guevara does that. Rembert holds it second, and Auburn has the tying runs on base. And the left-handed hitting Ike Irish to the plate, and there is activity in the pen for A&M.
That's one time through against Moss. +1. Guevara had already seen him once, and both in Ballou's at bat, even watching, I guess, from the dugout. Of course, the pitch that Ballou got was it wasn't a very good 1-2 pitch, but the swings you're seeing now, they're starting to zone in or zero in on the timing. Moss's delivery, both the fastball and the off speed, Tigers starting to balance those a little better at the plate, and you're seeing that in the swings, and that's why Michael Early is out of the Texas A&M dugout.
He's got, I think, a right-hander and a left-hander in the pen.
I would be surprised if it is not the lefty here.
Especially with back-to-back lefties coming up for Auburn in Irish and McMurray. And we will indeed get a pepper tree pitching change for Texas A&M.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Pepper tree pitching change to number 30, Caden Wilson. Sophomore, lefty, 6'2", 200, out of Raymore, Missouri. Raymore Peculiar High School. Wilson, 0-2 in 21 appearances, all in relief. 21 appearances tied for the team lead with Moss. So now this is number 22. They stay tied for the team lead. 21 relief outings, 0-2 with a save. An earned run average of 4.29. 21 innings pitched. 17 hits, 15 runs, 10 of them earned. He's walked 10, struck out 28. He's given up 5 doubles, 2 homers. He's hit 3 batters and thrown 1 wild pitch. Opposition is hitting .218 against Caden Wilson. Moss faced 10 batters. And the first reliever of the day for Texas A&M went 2 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 walk, struck out 1. He threw 34 pitches, 23 strikes. And the runners at first and second are his responsibility. The 2 hits that he allowed have come in this 8th inning. And Auburn has Ike Irish at the plate with the tying runs on base ahead of him and 1 out in the 8th inning.
And as this lefty, Caden Wilson, starts to warm up on the mound, another lefty, Caden McCoy, warming up for A&M in the pen. And it is Ike Irish with runners at first and second and 1 out in Auburn's best scoring opportunity really in this game. And the Angels are flying here at the Hoover Met.
Wilson, lefties hitting just 176 against him. Right-handers 250. Fastball mid-90s. Slider change as well. 3-pitch guy.
Irish is 1 for 3 on the day. The stretch by Wilson in the pitch. Ike takes a strike. Off-speed pitch. Ike calls timeout. I don't think he agreed with the call at all. And he comes over to talk things over with Gabe Gross.
Straight over the top delivery for Wilson.
That's 2 pretty good hitters talking with each other right there.
Yeah.
Gabe Gross and Ike Irish. The last 2 Auburn players back-to-back first-team All-SEC selections. And the reason Irish is upset
pitch was
is
low.
The pitch was 6 inches off the ground.
Yep.
And was brought up, and credit Bear Harrison for doing that. 0-1 to Irish. Runners at first and second. Tigers trail 3-1 in the 8th. Here's the stretch. And the pitch. Tried to hold up on a pitch that was down. And
No,
he went around.
did not.
0-2. And Irish visibly upset with that call.
Maybe he did.
I think that was
All
the
right.
right call. All right, Ike. 0-2 the count. Wilson comes set. Here's the pitch. Miss low. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Irish. With Rembert at second and Guevara at first. 3-1. A&M leads. 1 out, bottom of the 8th for Auburn. A ball and 2 strikes to Irish as Wilson sets. Right hand, right side of the rubber, the pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman. Flips to short for 1. On to first, not in time. Guevara. Oh, they got Auburn for interference at second base, and the inning is over.
Oh.
Javero January called interference on Guevara at second base and takes Auburn out of the inning. And Butch Thompson would like an explanation. Butch stops shy of the first base line. And here is the replay that we have.
They were never going to throw out Irish.
And Auburn will. And we will get our review.
Replay reviews presented by Jackson Services. Time to review your home's heating and cooling system. Choose Jackson Services. Comfort you can count on. From quick repairs to energy-saving upgrades, Jackson Services keeps Alabama homes running smoothly year-round. Visit jacksonservicesco.com. Jackson Services, an official carrier-authorized dealer.
It was immediately called interference by Javero January. Guevara did go in to the right of the second base bag, but was within.
Yeah.
Had
his
a
arm
chance.
swiped the
yeah,
bag.
sure did. And the
quick
review
review.
is quick.
The runner slid into the restricted area. This is an NCAA safety rule. Our rule, the runners out for infraction and the batter.
Restricted area. Okay.
And the inning comes to a close. Oh, what a grand opportunity for Auburn. That comes up empty. No runs, a hit, no errors, a man left. We go to the 9th. Texas A&M leads Auburn 3-1. Stay tuned, friends. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Children's of Alabama is excited to partner with Auburn Baseball because at Auburn, it's about making a difference on and off the field. The team is thrilled to introduce Hits and Sits, where all proceeds will benefit Children's of Alabama. Step up to the plate and sponsor a home game. You can sign up by visiting bc5foundation.org. Choose a game and a strikeout or a hit. It will be echoed beyond Plainsman Park into the lives of families at Children's of Alabama. Sign up today at bc5foundation.org. War Eagle.
Hey guys, it's Auburn baseball season again, and if you want to hit your next big event out of the park, then get Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Auburn to help with all of your catering needs. From team parties to tailgating or any big event you may have, Baumhauer's always hits a home run by making sure all of your logistics are covered, and you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the big game. And if you need a place to host your party, come try Baumhauer's new covered patio. Give us a call to book your big event today. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, 2353 Bent Creek Road in Auburn. War Eagle.
Bottom third of the order for Texas A&M in the 9th. It'll be Roy O'Keel and Farr, the scheduled 3. Boy, Auburn had runners at first and second with Ike Irish at the plate. And on a 1-2 pitch, Irish hit it to Royo at second. His relay to Kent was in time, but Guevara, who is going to second base, slid in a restricted area. And Auburn was called for runner's interference, and Auburn is retired in the order. He was close enough to be able to put a hand on the bag. But it was a quick review, and obviously no argument for Auburn at that point. And Auburn trails 3-1 going to the ninth, and it will be Ben Royo to lead it off against the lefty, Cade Fisher. Oh, boy, let's hope that isn't Auburn's last opportunity. The pitch goes outside to Royo, who's 0 for 3.
Yeah, you got to slide directly into a base.
Yep.
That is the official NCAA rule, and Eric did not slide directly into the base.
Yep, 1-0. Ball too high and outside.
Also, the rule book clearly states that regardless of whether the double play could be complete, it has no bearing whatsoever.
Yeah.
So that is the correct call.
As it's written, 2-0. Foul back, 2-1 the count to Royo. 3-1, A&M leads it. Tigers have out-hit the Aggies 5-4. All of the runs in this game, a homer. A solo homer by Snow, a 3-run homer by Kent for Texas A&M. 2-1 pitch. All the way to the backstop, 3-1 the count. That was 3 feet outside. Three balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Jammed him with a fastball, and he fouled it back 3-2. 7, 8, 9 hitters in the inning for Texas A&M. Auburn trying to keep it a 2-run game, going to the bottom of the ninth, and McMurray will lead it off. Three-two pitch. Strike 3 call in the outside corner.
It's outstanding. Really nice 3-pitch sequence, especially to close out the at-bat.
That's 13 strikeouts for Auburn pitching today.
Yeah. Outside for ball 3, jammed him inside for strike 2, and then got him middle away for strike 3.
Here's Terrence Keel, center fielder. First pitch, strike. Keel's best work today was that leadoff single in the third. The second best work was that play in center field that took away a run from Auburn. He fouls off the 0-1 pitch. It's 0-2. Auburn has been close all afternoon, just hasn't been able to get the big hit thus far. And credit A&M's pitching.
And their defense, too.
Absolutely. 0-2 pitch to Keel. Missed upstairs, a ball and 2 strikes. For Auburn, it will be McMurray, Steele, and Snow.
Plenty of pop in that section of the lineup.
Got to keep it, or need to keep it, a 3-1 ball game going in. The pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Woo!
3 strikeouts now for Fisher. That was 92.
It sure was.
How about that?
A little extra juice.
That bodes well for Auburn.
No wonder he was so far behind. Keel was so far behind on that swing. I don't want to point out how far behind, but you look up C92 when he's been spinning up there 88, 89 today, and that's why.
And here's Sawyer Farr, the left fielder. Pitch on the way. Missed the outside corner, maybe a little bit down, a ball and no strikes. Farr hit by a pitch in the third. That brought Caden Kent to the plate, and Kent on a 2-2 pitch hit a 3-run homer against Tilly. All of the scoring thus far for A&M. The pitch. Swing on a line drive down the left side, but it goes foul. Into the corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to Farr. Wind and the pitch. Strike 2 on the outside corner. Nice job of framing by Fraley. 1-2 the count to Farr. Cade Fisher off the stretch. Here's the 1-2. Inside. Bounced away from Freilich. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Had to make sure that it didn't hit far. (3-1) the score. A&M leads it. One more chance for Auburn in the bottom of the 9th, perhaps. With McMurray, Steele, and Snow coming to the platter for Auburn. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Farr. 2 outs and nobody on for A&M in the top of the 9th. Wind and the pitch. Up the right side, fouled, out of play.
Another 92-mile-an-hour fastball. That's good to see.
Sure is. Gorgeous morning and afternoon here in Hoover. Weather is expected to cooperate through the weekend for this SEC tournament. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Didn't get the call on the outside corner. 3-2. Fisher peers in. That's the sign from Freilich, the 3-2 pitch. And he walked him.
Thought he had him on the 2-2. Now they get to the top of the order again. They're home run guys.
That is just the 3rd walk today for Auburn pitching and the first for Cade Fisher. And now Caden Kent to the plate, who hit the 3-run homer for A&M in the 3rd, the only scoring thus far for the Aggies. He walked in the 1st. Since the home run in the 3rd, he has grounded to 2nd and struck out swinging. Farr at first is 5 of 5 stealing bases. Guess it wouldn't be out of the realm to try and manufacture a run here in the inning for A&M. Left-handed hitting. Caden Kent against the left-hander, Fisher. Here's the pitch. Off of the glove of the catcher, Freilich, and Farr to second base. A big turn down there, but he stays, and now runner in scoring position for A&M. My goodness. It was well outside, but Chase just couldn't keep the ball in front of it. It is a wild pitch charged to Cade Fisher. So far down at second base. 3-1, A&M on top. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Caden Kent. Strike called in the outside corner. 1-1 the count. It's gotten very quiet here at the ballpark. Big lead for Farr at second, the 1-1. This is low. There we go, 2-1 the count.
It was like he was approaching his second shot on the 18th hole. Men's golf, by the way, opens the defense of their national championship tomorrow.
Out in Carlsbad, California. This is a practice day for the Tigers at La Costa. 2-1. Kent flies one into right. Ike Irish looks up into the clear blue sky and makes the catch, and the inning comes to a close. No runs, no hits, no errors, a man left. We go to the bottom of the 9th in Hoover. Texas A&M 3, Auburn 1, and Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for the Plains. The Auburn University Regions Visa Debit Card and prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big war eagle, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tiger pride? Order your card now at regions.com/go Tigers. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Bottom half of the 9th in Hoover. Texas A&M leads 3-1. It will be McMurray, Steele, and Snow for Auburn. Winner of this game gets LSU tomorrow evening at 6:30 in the quarterfinals of this single elimination game, single elimination tournament. Loser heads home, and in Auburn's case, gets ready to host in the NCAA tournament. For A&M, a loss could spell the end of the season. And it will be Caden Wilson on the hill for A&M. He came on and got the ground ball out from Irish that was going to be a fielder's choice, would have left Auburn with runners at first and third and 2 outs, and McMurray coming up. But Eric Gavar, going into second base, slid out of the baseline and was called for runner's interference, and it becomes a double play, and the Auburn inning was over. Cade Fisher worked out of any trouble in the top of the ninth, and now Auburn turns it over to the offense to try and generate something here in the bottom of the inning. Cooper McMurray on the day is 0 for 2 with a line out to deep left field and a strikeout. He walked back in the first, and Auburn needs base runners, trailing 3-1. Steele and Snow to follow in the inning. Right-handers and left-handers in the pen for A&M. The stretch and the pitch, and McMurray takes a strike on the inside corner. Auburn has out-hit A&M 5-4, but A&M with the big hit, the 3-run homer by Kent, leads it 3-1. Stretch by Wilson. And the pitch. McMurray swings at a pitch in the dirt. No balls and 2 strikes. Cooper's been a good leadoff guy for Auburn in innings. He's batting .386, but he's behind. No balls and 2 strikes right here. Caden Wilson off the stretch. Here's the pitch to McMurray. Just missed the outside corner. Maybe a little low. Harrison tried to bring that one up. 1 ball and 2 strikes to McMurray. Off the stretch, Wilson. And the 1-2. McMurray to the second baseman, Royo. Fields and throws to first for the out. And here's Lucas Steele. Lucas is 0 for 3. He's flied to center, lined to second, and grounded out to first. They'll bat right-handed against the lefty, Caden Wilson. Snow waits on deck for Auburn. Tigers trail 3-1. 1 out, bottom of the ninth. Stretch in the pitch. This low, ball 1. Auburn looking for its 39th win of the season. A&M looking to keep its season alive. 1 out, nobody on for Auburn. 1-0 the count to Lucas Steele, the pitch. Ball too high. Two balls and no strikes to Lucas Steele. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Swing on a high fly ball deep into left. Left fielder back at the track. He looks up. It is gone. It is gone. Lucas Steele with his 8th home run of the year makes it a 3-2 ball game. Every run in this game, a home run. The 3-run homer by Kent. Solo homers by Steele, and the man coming to the plate, Eric Snow. Eighth home run of the year for Lucas Steele. Snow is 2 for 3 on the day, singled in the second, homered in the 5th, and grounded out to third in the 7th. 1 out, nobody on. The pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Three to 2, the score. Stretch and the pitch. Strike called on the inside corner, and Snow behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Bub Terrell on deck for Auburn. The left-hander, Wilson, against the right-hander, Eric Snow. Wilson ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the stretch. Here's the pitch. Bounced up there. Bounced 2 feet in front of the plate. A ball and 2 strikes. (3-2) A&M leads it. 1 out. Nobody on for Auburn. A solo homer by Steele, making it a 1-run game. Here's the stretch. And the 1-2 pitch to Eric Snow. High, ball 2. Two balls and 2 strikes to Snow. Caden Wilson stretches and pitches. Snow reaches out, fouls it off. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification of the Auburn Sports Network. Two and 2 the count. Wilson stretches. Here's the pitch. Swing, fly ball into center. Keel comes on and to his left makes the catch for the second out. And A&M is within an out of getting out of the inning, and Auburn will send a pinch hitter for Bub Terrell. It will be Derek Fabian. Right-hander against the lefty Wilson. Fabian batting .243, 5 homers, 33 runs batted in, and we may see a change for A&M. Michael Early, the head coach, is out. Yep. A&M will go to the pen and will go to a right-hander in the pen. Texas A&M makes a pepper tree pitching change.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
A&M to the pen for number 25, Clayton Freshcorn. 6 foot, 180-pound sophomore from Waller, Texas, a transfer from McLennan College. Freshcorn 2-2 on the season, a 5.82 earned run average. He will tie now for the team lead in appearances with his 21st. Actually, he'll be 1 behind Weston Moss. 1 save for Freshcorn, 21 2/3 innings, 15 runs, 14 earned on 24 hits. Has struck out 27, walked 9, has given up a homer, and opponents are hitting .279 against Freshcorn, who just tries to get the final out of the ball game for Texas A&M. And he will get the pinch hitter, Derek Fabian, here in the 9th with 2 outs and nobody on. Lucas Steele brought Auburn to within a run with a solo home run to left, his 8th home run of the year. But then Wilson got the second out of the inning, getting Snow to fly out to center. With Bub Terrell coming up, lefty on lefty, Auburn went to a right-hander in Fabian, and when that happened, A&M went to a right-hander out of the pen, and it's Clayton Freshcorn. So righty on righty here. Auburn bats with 2 outs and nobody on in the bottom of the 9th. And the Tigers trail by a score of 3-2. Fabian has 5 homers and 33 runs batted in. The pitch to it. Ball inside. Freilich on deck for the Tigers. Here's the 1-0 to Fabian. Swing. Drive to left. Not deep enough. Left fielder Farr is there. Comes in, makes the catch, and Texas A&M wins the ballgame. Texas A&M 3, Auburn 2. Stay tuned. The Regions Bank postgame show is next, and this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Check out the new look at auburntigers.com. Read the latest features.